I never saw the third one. I like the second one.
I like the second one.
What are we talking about now?
The Santa Claus.
There's a fuck ton of Santa Claus.
The
Santa Claus, the Tim Allen movie.
Yeah.
I might not have saw that one then.
Hey, welcome to bonus content.
Boner content.
Boner content. I'm Alex O'Neill. Brandt Ranj is in the room.
It's a pleasure.
You're going to be our guest.
What?
You're not our guest yet, but you will be.
Oh, man. Right now, I'm just like your
annoying
neighbor.
Well, I mean, like, this is bonus content. Like, you're just as pleb as the rest of us.
I'm more of a filthy casual than y'all are. Y'all are pros.
Have you met Scott? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, actually, no.
Yeah, so I mean,
Nobody except for you.
Like, know that I'm a noob yet.
It's true.
Just not to be that guy.
Nabashin is here. Scott is here. Tony will be here in a minute. He said, "I'm coming, boo-hoo." So maybe a few minutes. I don't know.
Like every girl you've been with.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, guys. I already talked to Scott and Tony, so I feel like this is lessened. But I'm back from San Fran. San Fran.
Listen, I lived there for you. You cannot say that.
I mean, we didn't ask you questions, and I specifically asked you questions because I didn't want to burn you out for the podcast.
Hi. That's fine. Hey Tony.
Hi, Tony.
We're out. It's going.
I know. I saw.
Because you know that's definitely a thing that'll happen with me.
Yeah. Do you have any questions now?
I mean, are we going to talk about all this right now?
How are the bagels?
How are the bagels? I didn't have a bagel while I was
Fuck
there.
the bagels in that fucking city. I lived there for a year. If you have San Francisco questions, ask me.
Brandt, New York,
former resident.
New Yorker turned San Franciscan.
Well, Croatian turned New Yorker.
Turned New Yorker again.
Turned San Francisco turned New York again. Yeah.
Okay, how's the Mexican food then?
Oh yeah, Taqueria Cancun and the Mission. Those just bomb ass Doritos.
I went
Burritos.
to Underdogs.
Bomb ass Doritos.
Bomb ass Doritos.
I went to Underdogs, and it was fantastic.
That's a fact.
It was beautiful. The burrito was delicious.
But where's the first place?
I went to Chipotle twice.
I saw that.
Where's the place that you went first?
The place that I went first.
Tell them about the place you went first.
I went to Ike's Sandwich Shop.
Fucking yes, you did. On the corner
Did you fight
of
for your
16th
friends?
and Sanchez.
I didn't fight for my friends. No, no. I appreciate you asking. Yeah, no, I went to Ike's. Brandt introduced me to Ike's.
Sweet Jesus, is Ike's a thing?
It's really good. Oh, man. It's the bomb.
Fuck, it's my second favorite restaurant.
I got the something with chicken and ranch and barbecue.
Yeah, yes.
It was really good.
And what bread you get?
I got that Dutch Crunch.
Fuck yeah, Dutch Crunch. San Francisco doesn't fuck around with its breads.
I didn't even except for bagel bread.
Yeah, but that's an art. It's like saying she was good at kissing but not at construction. Those are two different skill sets.
I mean, sure. I get bagels, bread, and kissing and construction.
Listen, don't leak my autobiography title on the air.
My bad.
There you go.
Yeah, it was good. Scott, what did you ask?
I didn't ask the question yet.
we just answered them.
Nabashin asked how the bagels were, and then the Mexican food. Mexican food was delicious.
Mexican food there is incredible. Yeah.
How are the wings?
I had wings. It was great.
I think wings are pretty solid. Yeah.
I think so. People hate them. They're like, not as good as Buffalo Wild Wings. I think they're better than Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's they're damn fools. Also, aesthetically, wings is incredible.
Yeah, it's a nice little, shack on the road.
Lower height. The wings at 21st Amendment are quite good.
Yes, they were eaten next to me, and I smelled their bouquet.
Yeah, next time, whenever, God help us, when you and I are in that city at the same time, we're gonna have.
Oh, we're gonna ruin the town.
Yeah, we're gonna get kicked out.
I went to a lot of great places to eat. 21st Amendment. I went to the Melts, which is a great grilled cheese place that Jason Aistrecker introduced me to.
All that shit on Man vs. Food.
I only saw Jason once, and I'm super upset about it. But I did see him. So as soon as he saw me, he ran up to me and hugged me, which is terrifying because he's like 17 feet tall.
Did you see him at PSX or before?
Yes, I was sitting in line to play Uncharted, and then I was like, man, I don't want to be in this line anymore, and I got out of the line, and then I saw Chris and Jason, and I ran up, and then we hugged, we embraced.
It's like Jason, with his magnetic force of hating Uncharted, just like called you to him. It's like,
Yeah, I guess it was like this weird like Uncharted's not good enough for me, and then he was just there.
I don't want to wait for this movie. I just want to just get out there and play something.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome seeing Chris again as well, as I was not expecting to see him at all.
So peppery now.
Yeah, he's got a great beard.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking pretty trill though. He's definitely lost weight since the last time I saw him.
That's good. I know he's been because I listened to their show still. Like he's been doing like active, like been doing like I believe like football and shit like that on the side. Stuff
he looks like not only does he look trill, he definitely looks like thicker. Like he could probably hurt me.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, he looks great. Beard. He's working the beard. So it was good seeing him. It was good seeing Jason. Saw a bunch of other people that I hadn't seen in a while.
Who should not be named, apparently.
No,
I'm being funny. Move on.
I met a lot of awesome, amazing people. How much of this do we want in bonus content, and how much do we want? I feel like the PSX stuff I can keep.
Yeah, that stuff goes to the games, and that's
yeah.
The game talk for the game show.
Yeah.
Now you could talk a little bit about the experience part.
the PlayStation save of the game.
Yeah, game show.
This is the experience.
You want to talk a little bit about the experience. You want to talk a little bit about bagels. You want to talk about friends.
I had 0 bagels. Stop asking. Stop bringing it up like a weirdo, Brandt. All right.
So, Alex, how are the bagels?
They're okay. I don't know. I didn't have any.
In New York City, they're great.
I don't doubt it. Their
pancakes are great too.
In New York?
Well, they're Mexican pancakes.
Mexican pancakes. It's a long story.
Okay. I don't want to go deep down.
It's a long story involving Kingdom Hearts disappointment.
Oh man, that's what I pour over my pancakes.
Yeah. That's what Navjeen poured over his pancakes for sure.
It's the best kind of syrup.
It's so sweet. Disappointment.
Yeah, I met some people in the video games. I met Adam Kovic, who I talked to Navjeen about, which I was not expecting to meet him also. And I had a nice conversation with him. He was very sweet. He was way nicer than I thought he was going to be also. Which I guess that's just, just goes to show, don't like take their whole, they have a bit of a shtick that they do work, but like when they get real, they get real. And he was like, I told him, for people who don't know, he's from Funhouse. I told him like, I love like, I'm a pretty new to listening to Funhouse. And he said, well, as an adult male who probably has a lot of important things to do, I'm glad that you listen to Funhouse at all. And I'm like, well, it's a really good show. And I told him that even if it can be a bit cynical sometimes, I really love it. And he just laughed and said, that's just what my voice sounds like. So yeah, he was super nice. I met Alexa Ray Correa from GameSpot.com, who's like the most awesome person. I told her that I loved her Polygon news show that was canceled before its time. And she was like, yeah, I love that too. And then they took it away from me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. But, he talked about some other stuff too. Yeah, it was good. I met like a lot of cool people. It was weird. Like I just saw Sean Layden just fucking walking around.
Like he's a fucking, like it's you or me.
Just hanging out, like talking to him. Like he was just walking around with his beard out, like looking good, looking
shirt on.
With Crash Bandicoot shirt on. Not quite Trill. Not Sean Layden. He has a type of intimidation to him that just, I don't know.
He's like Bald Bull.
But he's like bald. He's exactly like Bald. God damn it. I don't know. He was just hanging out. It was weird. And same with like Adam Boyes and Gio Corsi, just like seeing them like walking around, just waving to people, hugging people. I ran into Gio Corsi and he gave me free video games. So,
what did he give you?
He gave me Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Oh, so that's why I had that
on Vita.
Okay,
but it's cross-buy.
It's on Vita.
And I forget the other one. I redeemed it. I'm trying to remember. It's a code for something. It was PS4. Oh, it was Super Star Wars. That's right.
Oh, nice.
PS4 and Vita. And I talked to him for a little bit. He's a very nice dude. very nice beard. He might have had the best beard of anyone I saw there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You ask him about Yakuza.
I did make an off-color joke about. No, I didn't. It wasn't off-color. I made a joke about Yakuza. And he's like, I know there are people out there that love Yakuza. I don't think he is one of them, but I think he gets it. But he's super chill. Everyone was super like laid back, especially like executives. Again, like Sean Layden, CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment America, just fucking walking around.
I think one of the chillest people I've ever met, and it was the pleasure to meet him, was Shuhei Yoshida.
Oh yeah, Shu also walking around.
Shu is just like the most chilled out man. Which I have a super nice picture of him and and it is amazing how cool that guy is given his job.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's also very funny.
Absolutely. He's incredible.
Should watch him do the Hot Pepper Gaming because it's fucking amazing. Yeah, it was cool. It was it's weird because I was there Wednesday through Monday, so PSX was just Saturday and Sunday. So the majority of my time there was like hanging out with people, like kind of funny people, like kind of funny fans. Sean Pitts, who's been on the show, and meeting people like Connor
Vismedia,
Connor Property of Zach, Connor Sheehan, who was on our Game of the Year stuff last year.
He's an ace.
And I've done some podcasts with him since then. And he's really cool. It was just good seeing him like in person for the first time. A few other people, like also like tons of people. Well, I would say, all right, let's not say tons. Let's say a handful of people coming up to me and saying that they love Irrational Passions podcast. I had one person tell me that Scott is their favorite, and I had to bring that back to this show because they told me Scott is their favorite. I'm like, Scott's my favorite too.
Scott's my favorite too.
Nabashin's like, I hate
Nabashin's my favorite.
I just love Nabashin's voice. I wish Nabashin could narrate my life. Like if I heard his voice in my head, I'd be pretty happy.
My voice is not that great.
No, but it's
there's a cadence.
There's like a smoothness to it that I could never achieve.
Is this like the seduction show right now?
I don't know, Brian. Your voice is pretty smooth.
Oh yeah,
well, thank you very much. We could trade internal voices. Can that happen?
You just think in your head in Brandt's voice. That would freak me the fuck out.
Yeah, and then I could think in his voice. That would be great. I'd have a lot more confidence.
Yeah, big shout out to I do want to say Christian Puente at Pixel Brave on Twitter. This is a guy I texted you guys about. He came up to me. He's like. Well, he like ran up to me and like, you're Alex O'Neill, and just shook my hand. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And like when I was going on the IGN tour, like he ran up to me and said, hey, I just want to say I'm a big fan of all your stuff. And then he just ran away. I'm like, who are you? Wait, who are you? And then I got to spend a bunch more time with him over the weekend. He's actually been cutting together these videos of like just he just took a bunch of videos on his DSLR. While he was walking around PSX in San Francisco and stuff. I'm in a couple of them, but like they're just beautifully shot, and he's got like great music to him. It's just music and cuts of videos and stuff. Very human. He's got a really great eye. So follow at Pixel Brave on Twitter and check those out. But he was very nice. He listens to Mupp and Irrational Passions, and I said, how do you keep going? And he told me like when I left, he's like, man, it was great meeting you.
Greg's my favorite.
Yeah, Greg's my favorite. I bet Greg is probably somebody's favorite, and I want to meet them and shake their hand.
I mean, he's a close second to me.
Yeah, exactly. He's a close second to Scott as far as popularity. But yeah, he was very nice, and he said like, I hope I can someday meet all of the MuppX and Irrational Passions crew. I'm like, well, that'll never happen, but I'll make sure I tell them that.
It could happen.
There could be a PAX East.
So.
There could be a PAX maybe where that could happen. But
What are you talking about, dude? IPCon. Let's go.
yeah. Oh, geez.
You just have to tell Nep that it's like in this Best Buy, if he'll show up and just hijack him.
Yeah, then fucking throw him in the back of my car and take pictures of him so I know what he looks like.
That sounds way gross out of context, but sure.
Jesus.
Don't take that out of context.
I mean, I can't do anything else.
Did you guys want to know anything about it specifically, or just like whatever?
No.
Scott's microphone is freaking out.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm messing with sound stuff right now.
All right,
Right now, it's just no. Go back down. Back down. There we go. Stop it.
There we go. So
Well,
that's
how
good.
about just talk about since you've been back?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got back Monday. Had to immediately take two. I went from home or from the airport to home to change my clothes and then right to school to take two finals. And here's this bullshit. All right, I don't know if I told you about this, Brandt. My one teacher fucked me royally.
Whoa. That is one way to come back to Maryland.
Fucked me right there, right then and there. No,
They said they were a big fan of Irrational Passions.
no, on my final, so I wasn't going to be, initially the final was going to be last Wednesday. So I wasn't going to be here because I left Wednesday morning. So I emailed her and we talked about it. It's like, okay, I'll send your final to the testing center, take it Monday night. I'm like, okay, cool. But I guess while I was away, I'm not really clear what happened because I wasn't there. But the class rebelled or something against her.
What the fuck?
And I have no idea. I guess nobody showed up on Wednesday, so she had to postpone the final. I have no idea what happened. And so she's like, fine, because they were like, we need more time to study. She was like, fine, I'll postpone the final to Monday. She didn't email me about this. She posted it somewhere else, and I only saw 30 minutes into the class. So I had to run to class, and I was 30 minutes late for the final. But she's like, I'll postpone the final to Monday, but I'll make it twice as long. So I didn't finish it. She gave people extra time to stay, but I had a class at 7:30. I got there at 6:30 instead of 6. So I couldn't finish it, so I went right over to my other class. So I probably didn't do too good. I checked, and I had an overall grade of a C in the class, which is fine. But
C's get degrees.
C's get degrees. But then I went to the other class, and I fucking destroyed my geology final. I got a 95% on it. I got almost every extra credit question right, so that was great. That was a great final. My teacher couldn't be there. She had some geology stuff she had to go do. She's an actual,
Very important geology things to be doing.
She's an actual scientist. I think she was exploring the fucking thing that they found at the bottom of the Chesapeake Bay. So, which is cool, but she was sad that she couldn't be there. She sent all of us a very nice message afterwards. But I destroyed that final, and with those two classes done, I've officially, technically graduated. I haven't got my degree yet. I won't get it till January, but I've graduated.
Are you walking across the stage, or just mail it?
No, I'm not going to walk, because I would if I was getting a 4-year degree, but I'm just gonna take my degree and hopefully move on to the next school. So now I just have to submit my grades to the other school that I'm hopefully transferring to, and then we'll see where that goes. So that was really the bulk of my week. I just worked a little bit, and then Thursday I was super sick because PSX finally caught up to me. Because again, it was 8 hours, 12 hours of traveling, whatever, on Monday, and then I come back, do the finals, pass out, then just work Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday I'm finally like, oh fuck, I feel terrible. And then you came over.
I did.
Friday yesterday. So
it's fact. It feels like years ago.
We went into Baltimore. We hung out.
We did a bunch of stuff. The past 24 hours have been surprisingly productive.
We've recorded a whole lot of things.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We recorded a video earlier today.
Yes.
As well as your top 10 Game of the Year guest podcast.
Yes.
As well as an entire Let's Play series yesterday.
And then another thing.
And then another. Oh, yeah, the other thing. That's going to go up on Christmas.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So we did a whole lot.
Got work done.
Yeah, we got work done. And you're here tomorrow as well. So
yeah. We'll talk about that. Let's just take it a moment at a time. No words, just emotions.
No words, just emotions. How's life outside of that, Brian?
My life's pretty great.
Fucking humble brag over here. No, I'm just kidding.
I've done a lot of traveling myself. I was out of the country for a week.
Yeah, you went to
recently.
London.
I went to London the week of Thanksgiving, so that was pretty recent. Life's going pretty well. I have an interview for a good job on Thursday, so if I get that would be super great. I got to hang out with you for a couple days. It's also been pretty fun. Christmas is around the corner. It's currently Hanukkah.
Yeah. What the 6th day of Hanukkah today?
I mean, check your Cards Against Humanity.
That's true. Day 4, I guess, is what that is, but I think that's a little behind.
Right. So, I've been doing pretty well. I'm excited to be on Irrational Passions. Allegedly, I was the most frequent guest of 2015.
Yeah, you were on more than Evan and Greg.
I don't know who these people
are. Exactly.
Yep.
How are we gonna should I tell them? I meant to run this by you three. I almost said 2. Jesus.
Scott and I are basically one person. So.
Yes, true. Should I tell them that they're not going to be on the Game of the Year show, or should I just not tell them?
Don't tell them.
Okay.
They won't know anyway, so
Exactly.
I mean,
I would personally tell them because one, even if we told Evan to be there, is Evan going to be there?
He'd have work.
No, he wouldn't.
Right. Evans. I'm pretty sure Evan's just done. He just doesn't want to say he's done.
Mm-hmm.
And then
unless you want to get their
it's
top
not
10.
really feasible for Greg to be here. So
yeah. I mean, I figure I'd still want to do a top 10 with Greg.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could get 10 out of him.
I was like, I don't know, man. I played Assassin's Creed.
No, haven't even played that this year.
He played Battlefield Hardline, which, as a reminder, that came out this year, and Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. I'll talk to them about it privately, I guess, but yeah, I don't want to seem like, well, we're doing this and you're not invited. I just want to say, this is going to be reflective of kind of who was on the show this year. Guys, just chill. Just Netflix and chill. Scott, how's the past week been for you, man? You're done with finals, right? That was the last one yesterday?
No, it was yesterday.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yep, I had 3 finals that day.
God, Jesus.
And then today, Scott showed up today. And I was like, Scott, why aren't you studying for next semester?
I should be.
Scott's a hard-working motherfucker. You don't need to hear anything else.
Pretty much.
So yeah, very boring week.
Okay.
It's okay.
But out time
now
this week was a TV during study time.
Now he can party 24/7 for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Party at Staples at that job.
Yeah, you can fucking relax. Cool. Tony, what about you?
Well, hold on, Scott. What about a job?
I was kidding.
Oh, okay.
He was making fun of your old job, Tony.
Yeah,
Well, technically, I think they're gonna call Scott for an interview. So.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Scott will be the new tech guy.
He'll be the only guy other than the manager that knows anything about tech stuff.
Fuck yes.
It's pretty
Speaking
good.
of-
Are they teachable?
Huh?
Are they teachable?
I only ever met 2 of them.
That's good.
So I don't know.
Speaking
I
of,
mean, of the 2 that you met,
Maybe 50% of them.
okay. So one of the ones that you met.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god, the stamp.
speaking of new jobs, Tony, how did training for your new job go?
It went well. It was a
You
lot of
told
fun.
me that you had a really great experience. Which
Yeah.
is good.
It was good.
Tony and I will be working together at the CIA soon.
Yep.
I'm pretty stoked about it.
It's pretty hot. We
Um,
have to walk around with pens that flash to make people forget what they know.
yep, we will be Men in Black.
Yeah.
Racist.
Along with
funny.
Not Machine.
I have a response to that. But I'm not even gonna bother. Yeah,
Funny because I just watched that movie. I want to say a third one.
the third one was okay.
Is that the one where there's a weird alien crawling around a globe at the end of it?
I don't remember.
I think that's 2.
I'm pretty sure that's
Because that's the only Men in Black movie I've ever seen.
Okay. I
Oh,
think
you gotta
that's
see
2.
number 1, man.
1 is great.
One is awesome.
It's the one where Will Smith has a cricket.
Yeah, it's 2.
That's 2.
Yeah.
3 is weird and probably not very good, but I enjoyed it. It's also 3 is weirdly emotional.
Oh.
There's they're trying to be.
Does Will Smith
emotional.
cry?
Yes.
All right, well, fucking grade A movie right
I'm
there.
pretty sure Will Smith cries in all of
Are
his
the
movies.
tears legitimate or are they obviously fake?
They're pretty legit.
All right, then it's a good
Will
movie.
Smith knows how to movie cry, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to work with you, Tony. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, I thought it was this coming Wednesday that I start, but the calendars actually just starts on Saturdays, so it's Monday.
Yep.
When I thought it was not starting on Saturdays.
Yep. Cool. I'll be there Monday.
Yeah.
That's in 2 days. Shit.
Isn't that, yeah, right. I'm glad I checked that calendar. Otherwise, I would have been like, not there.
Yeah. Luckily, we'll be in like. You're not gonna see me very much. You're gonna be
Doing other
off.
stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna be off in like a room underground,
Yeah.
being trained on how to kill people because we work for the CIA.
Right.
Cool. I'm really glad that you had a good experience because I had a really good experience as well. So
Yeah, it was good. I made friends with a guy who is pretty like one step below WWE Pro Wrestling.
nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're.
I'm not gonna say his name, but I will say that it's very close to a Norse god's name, and like everything about him just makes me happy.
Awesome. Is he one of the newbies?
Yeah, but not for the same place as us.
Aw. I'm curious to see where the experience goes.
Though
Aphrodite.
he invited me and by extension all of you to one of his wrestling shows in January, so I know I'm going.
I can't get any closer to Dan Reichert than I already am. And I would say the same for you, Tony, but that's fine.
Well, too late.
Yep. Cool. Anything else?
At least I'm not as bad as Dan Reichert, where I can totally convince myself that it is okay to eat Taco Bell 3 meals a day for 5 years straight.
Oh, that was disgusting.
Yeah.
I've been catching up on the Bombcast, and that was an impressive discussion.
He did a Periscope earlier last week of going to Taco Bell and ordering one of everything on the menu, and then taking one bite of each thing and rating it on a scale of 1 to 100.
That's
I don't think I'm not going to be able to cringe at this.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
That's incredible. I'm gonna have to look up the archive of that.
I think it was last Friday because I was watching it happen when we started the show, or last Saturday then.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else, Tony?
I'm mostly just Destiny and chill all week this week, man.
Cool. Swag.
Yep, I had nothing else to do because like I don't work at the old job and I haven't started. Technically, I have, but I haven't started at the new job yet.
Yeah. Nabishin, what about you, man?
Just working. Working is pretty much all I've been doing. Like the only other new stuff that's been happening is I just found out my niece and nephew are gonna be here for the holidays, so that's great
cool.
on one hand, but like they're gonna be here like probably past till New Year, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to leave anytime soon.
Yeah.
So I probably won't be up there for Game of the Year after all.
I think we might have to push it back a little bit. So
Well, that works.
yeah, so we'll make it work. I'm gonna need more time to edit these top 10 shows. So
I mean, mine was flawless.
well, yours I recorded you and me together. So flawless. Sure. Yeah. So don't worry about it. We'll make it. We'll pick out another day that we can work it.
Cool. Other than that, though, it's been nothing but getting ready for like the holidays. My nephew actually got in the spirit. Like he actually saved the money that he didn't spend on Happy Wars for once, and
Nice.
had like over $100 or something. And like
Wow.
he just pretty much asked me like to go on Amazon for him and just help him buy some stuff. So that's pretty much why he had like that whole list of stuff, Alex, like for the last few days. But like,
That's fine.
but yeah, like, he was like, I don't know what to get when Yasmin to my mom and whatever else, and I was like, going with a kid is like talk to a kid about like stuff like this. It's like because what I do with my gift giving is like because Mark and Katie know this, I do this like every year. It's just like just think of something that they like and just try to like find something that goes along around it. Because like I know like offhandedly like Yasmin once said my niece she once said like, oh I like Majin Buu. I like the fat Majin Buu. He's really cute. I was like, you should buy her a plushie, Vernon. She's like, oh, that's a great idea, and like he did that. So I just helped him out with that. So he's really happy, and I gotta help him wrap everything up. So that should be
That
fun.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Stink bug on my lights. I have to kill it.
You have to kill it. It's true.
I'll be
As an aside, while Namshin kills a stink bug, my mom went and shot guns today. She posted these cool pictures of her.
Damn that shark.
She shooting guns on the Facebook.
At Facebook?
On Facebook. Pictures of her shooting guns.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she wanted to learn how to shoot a gun, so her friends took her to a firing range.
Cool.
She's firing an assault rifle in one of these pictures,
Oh my
though.
God.
Which I'm like, okay, and a revolver in the other. So, I mean, my mom's pretty cool.
Yeah. She's pretty decent at poker, too.
Yeah. She said safe. She emphasized how that it was a very safe environment, and she wanted to learn how to fire a gun safely. So don't freak out, internet. My mom's cool. But cool. Anything else, Nomishin?
He's still probably in the midst of bug combat.
Yeah, it sounds like he's really fucking killing that thing.
It's a turn-based RPG, so,
Yeah.
so it takes a while.
He's got
Oh man, he's got to deal with stink bug bullet hell.
Yeah. He's got to wait for the AP to recharge.
Yeah, it's a whole big
Yeah.
thing.
I think Scott's going to experience his first Destiny raid tomorrow.
Shit.
Excited for it.
Am I invited?
Yeah. So here's my plan. I'll coach Scott and you coach Brandt.
Yeah, no.
That would be great.
Fran will be like, gotta go. Well, going home today.
One day I will play. I'm planning on getting into Destiny at some point because a
Good.
lot of my friends play it.
It's pretty good now.
You should let Alex refer a friend you.
Yeah,
Get
you
some
should.
hot Sparrow loot.
Never mind, Brand. Don't listen to me.
Listen, I'm in a whole new world. So you do what you do,
Shining,
and I'll do
shimmering,
what I do.
splendid.
Basically, you get a cool samurai sword and a car.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
No, we should
And then you guys could high five each other, but that's whatever.
That's true. That's a pretty cool part about it. All right. Well, I guess Nomishin's gonna be killing this bug forever.
I guess.
So, you guys want to talk about your feelings?
A little bit warm right now.
There's like 2 of them. I will really be back.
Okay.
They're multiplying. I have to
They're
kill them all.
multiplying.
Ah shit! I hate when the encounter rate is really high.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you fucking nerd. I love
Hey,
it.
Alex, have you played any more of Zestiria yet?
No.
We were
What a
talking about that
tragedy.
earlier.
Have you?
No.
Yeah. It's not. I'm not gonna be able to get to it before Game of the Year.
How about Undertale?
Undertale's last week, and like that and Her Story. I'm fucking pushing all the way back. Right now, I'm trying to blast through Tomb Raider. When that's done, I'm gonna try and finish, or at least put a little bit more of a dent in Fallout, and then I'm gonna play Undertale and Her Story.
Gotcha.
So I have it. Like I said, it's loaded. It's installed on my computer.
Are you gonna stream it?
I can try. It's gonna be hard to stream it for my setup. So I'll try, but I can't make any promises.
I mean, it's cool.
If nothing else, I'll try and record some of it
Yeah.
because that could be cool. Right, Brent?
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, did you see me almost fucking hit this couch again? I've been smacking the shit out of this couch to freak Brand out, and it's been amazing.
I can't believe we've only been hanging out for like 28 hours. It feels like an eternity.
It feels like forever. Seriously, you're like being around Brand is like being in a fucking time chamber.
Yeah, we've jam packed every moment with like making stuff or
Yeah.
doing things.
We got cookies. We went to Wegmans.
Shit, we got some cookies. We played the feud.
We played the feud.
You'll understand that at some point.
December 25th,
2015.
2015.
2 men enter.
Oh, so you know how 2015 is 2015?
Do we want to save this for the show or do this?
Well,
now?
yeah, we'll save it for the show.
We can open with that. I
Yeah.
think.
When I introduce y'all, we can talk about it.
Sure. The world needs to hear.
The world needs to know what you've created.
Isn't it great that you turned 22 in Taylor Swift-teen?
Yeah, Taylor Swift-teen, yeah.
If you fucking knew the song, I didn't have to fucking school him.
It's definitely on my playlist now.
I mean, I don't know about you.
I'm feeling
Feeling
22. There it is.
There it is.
This is why we're all gonna kill each other in Game of the Year discussions.
You know, it's kind of weird that I've noticed happening recently, Alex.
Go on.
I couldn't give a shit about new Legion information.
Legion?
Like
the
new WoW
World of
expansion.
Warcraft?
Yeah, I don't care.
Like, are you gonna care when it comes out, or are you
Probably,
not know yet?
but
Okay.
like right now, I like the beta and stuff is all happening. And I haven't even looked at any of it. I just couldn't care less.
I mean, I think that's relatively normal.
Maybe.
Like, you want to experience it. You
But,
care
like-
more about the people that you play with, right?
yeah, that's true. But yeah,
So like that's what it's gonna really bring the experience together.
there's
I don't know
that.
about you.
And then I played that Gauntlet game for like 5 minutes.
I downloaded that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So Jacob and I are gonna try and do a remote let's play together.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just not possible for him and I to record together. Like Jared and I are going to record together, whatever. Justin and I are going to record together, but
And we have a
Tony-
JRPG to play.
I actually saw that on a shelf today, and it's just like
You should have bought it.
as it gets closer and closer, I
It's
can
more
feel
and more for reality.
I can feel my stomach like turning into a knot. Like,
You just have to hope that a better idle-based JRPG comes out before then.
yeah. Well, we can hope.
Or, just like a better, ridiculous JRPG.
Tony and I are going to do a let's play of Omega Quintet.
Fucking, I'm glad that's not my world.
Yep.
Yeah, you only had to play Donkey Kong 64, the greatest game of all time.
How was that?
We didn't play any.
Yeah, I mean, we could
It's-
record a throwback couple episodes.
It's true. We people were upset when it ended, and I was like, "Yeah, this is it." And people were like, "No, it doesn't. It keeps going, right?" I'm like, "No,
Did you
that's
beat the
the
game?
end." No, we did. We got to episode 25. We got maybe halfway through the game. And
we could, you know what? If we get some fuel in us after the show, we could do a couple more episodes.
maybe
Throwback eps?
I also am okay with not pushing it.
We'll see how we feel.
Nabishin, where are you?
Bug Warfare.
Bug Warfare.
It used, he almost had it, and then it casted Cura on itself, and it was pretty much like being right at the beginning of the fight.
Its trainer used a hyper potion.
Exactly.
I
I
played
hate it when that happens.
Alex
Right?
knows. I played like 40 hours of Final Fantasy X over the course of 72 hours
Oh,
to
God.
play it for the fucking Game of the Year podcast.
Yeah, well, at least you actually played the fucking games on your list this year. I get the fucking twist surprise of where we're recording his Game of the Year top 10. He's like, also, those games we talked about last year, I didn't play any of them. All fucking lies. I looked up video game reviews and went off of that shit. I'm like, I'm just sitting there trying not to give a facial reaction. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I wanted to be Alex's friend so bad.
Don't even pull that bullshit.
It's okay. It's very easy to become a host on this podcast. As well.
Don't spread this shit.
I would never in a million years.
Well,
be
I'm pretty sure, Brandt, you're technically a host now because I'm kidding.
I am.
It's been long enough.
I'm a guest.
So
Regularly recurring.
I found a game for you and Scott to play together, Alex.
Okay.
It's called PewDiePie: Legend of the Bro Fist.
I know about Legend of the Brofist, and we're not going to play it. If Scott and I do a Let's Play together, it's going to be Final Fantasy or Legend of Zelda: Four Swords Adventures.
Yep.
We already know
Never
that.
happened.
That would be like a 4-person Let's Play, though.
No, Scott and I would probably just do it, the two of us.
Yeah, we'll zip right through it.
We just don't like you that much, Tony. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
shit, he's
that's-
returned.
That's all it is. All right, Nabishin's back. Let's start this podcast.
The great bug wars are over.
Oh yeah,
How'd you fare, Commander Brian?
I took care of all of them.
Commander Brian.
Commander Shin.
Commander Shin, did you destroy the enemy?
Yeah, I swear, like if there's like a bug that stalks me, it's those fucking stink bugs. It's like we feel like there's like no matter where you go, you always find them everywhere. It's like it's just like one of those fucking things. Like it used to be silverfish, and then it
Commander
became
Brian:
cockroaches,
Hunted.
and then it became those stink bugs. So
Hunted, the Demon's Forge. Well, Nabishin, you ready to start recording?
yes.
Oh, I'm not.
Tony, could you get ready to start recording?
Maybe. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about my run-in with Microsoft customer support yesterday.
Go for it.
Were
You
you like,
wanna
fuck
tell
you,
us
my
now?
company's better?
No. Long story short, I told them that I had a master's degree in computer science, and then it became very easy.
So you lied to them.
Yeah, because otherwise they would have been like, so did you try turning it off and on again? And like, you can find this menu by going to the start menu and then clicking on this button. But no, I told them that I knew what the fuck I was doing, and then it took like 6 seconds to get done when I needed to get done.
So you lied to them.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. It's just Microsoft, so it's
Yeah,
just
like,
customer support, honestly.
Whatever. Fuck those guys.
All right, Tony, you ready now?
Probably.
Do you want to do a test recording for
I
me?
mean, that was it. So
Oh, okay. Does it sound delicious?
it sounded like someone saying probably.
Okay. Scott, you good?
Almost.
Probably.
Actually.
Almost good.
Actually.
I like that
Evan's not
word.
here.
Fuck you.
Hey, man.
No.
At least you don't say interesting.
Do I?
No, you don't. I'm saying
Do you?
Greg
Nothing
does.
ever is. Boom.
What do you say? Interesting?
Interesting.
Interesting.
No, he just he doesn't actually apply any kind of attachment or detachment to anything. He just says it's interesting.
Oh.
It's opinionless.
Oh.
It's not helpful at all in regards to trying to figure out if you like something or not.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On one, fellas. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're good.
Hello.
Hello. I love Nick Robinson and his emo hair.
Women.
Women. Ladies. All right. Let's get this raging Canadian party started.
Sure.
Do you need anything, Brent?
No, I'm good.
You need water, beer?
First time you've asked me if I wanted anything since I've been here.
That's not true.
It's not true at all.
Fucking liar.
It's true. No, it's rock and roll.
All
Tight
right.
show.
It is Saturday, December 12th, 2015, and you are listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I am your host, Alex O'Neill, back from the grave and ready to host again. And with me this week, I have Scott Guthier,
Hello.
Tony Horvath.
Greetings.
Greetings, Tony. Brian Nobishin Jackson is here.
Rise.
Rise, Lord Vader. And our guest this week, last guest of 2015, assuming everything goes according to plan, Brandt Ranj.
I'm here to tell you that they've added 2 weeks to the year.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Great. More time for guests. Maybe we can actually get Travis Baum on.
I don't even know what that means. That sounded harsh.
No,
Sounded real.
Damn.
Travis.
Just fucking passive aggressive nonsense.
Travis has been avoiding this show, I think. He hates us. No, he doesn't. I'm back. I'm back from San Francisco. I was not here last week.
Last month.
No one noticed, I promise.
Yeah. You guys put on a good show without me. I told Nobishin that I thought it was a good show. And Scott was like, I thought it was a good show. And Nobishin's like, eh. And I'm like, it's not April Fool's. Ain't no joke here. It was good. Tony, what did you think of last week's show?
It went well.
Yeah, it was short. I have a tendency to make things long.
Mm-hmm.
No argument here.
Sorry, I had to give Brand a really awkward, uncomfortable look. No, it's I went on Barrett Courtney's podcast. He was on a few weeks ago.
You should probably thank him.
The Shitcast, and it was the longest episode they'd ever recorded. So you should check that out. YouTube.com/Biazona Gamers. BAIA Zona Gamers. So but yeah, I went to San Francisco, went to the PlayStation Experience. Did some stuff there, met some people. You guys were here home base. The Game Awards and the PSX conference happened. You guys talked a little bit about that. Left some glaring omissions out, like fucking Psychonauts 2 Nobishin. Didn't even mention it. No, fuck you. So, I know I'm the only one here
It's
excited.
not
about
even
it.
important.
So important.
Psychonauts are
Nope.
they're like cheese dusted garlic knots, right?
I hate you. I was on a train watching the Game Awards conference on my phone, sharing headphones with Barrett at the time that was announced, and he was like, I thought you were going to go fucking crazy. I lost my mind on that train. So I was really excited about that. I just want to put it out there. I'm really excited about Psychonauts 2. I haven't backed it because I guess I'm just too lazy to do crowdfunding at the very least anymore. But I might.
Anymore?
I only did it like once.
That's what I'm saying.
It's true. I just always been lazy. Although, like, I backed Richie Branson's album. That's the only thing I backed this year. So that's something.
Well,
Wait,
that's not a video game, and you have almost like a guaranteed product unless he died or something.
He didn't, but his house got broken into, so that was messed up.
Wow, what's with you in houses?
I'm a hoax. I'm a hex. I'm a hoax.
You're a host.
A
You're
hoax.
false.
I'm a goat. I'm an oats. I don't know. Bad luck. I just spread the bad luck. Anyway, that was great. We can talk about that a little bit later, since we don't really have like a news section. Or at least I just put in some of the stuff that I saw this week. Plenty of video games to talk about. Nothing went up on the website. Muppex is on its way, though. I was told that hop off the Muppex. We got more Malicious Underground Podcast X. We want to say thank you to everyone who came up to me at PSX or in San Francisco or in general or sent me messages or whatever that said they love the show and they support the show. We love you. Seriously, you guys are awesome. So thank you for listening. Brandt.
Yes.
Alex plays.
Well, I'll get there. I can segue off of Brandt. Brandt.
Yes.
Last year,
Yes.
I blew your mind when we did your top 10 guest game of the year, whatever show.
The first time we ever spoke.
The first time we ever spoke. Became friends. Here you are in my house. Brandt's in my house, by the way. I said he was here, but you're also in my house.
I'm legitimately here, yes.
You're on my couch next to me.
I like being close to you.
Well, that's nice. It's very
There's
nice.
a pretty big gap between you two, though.
Yeah, well, I mean...
We're saving room for Jesus.
Yeah.
We were raised right.
Well, I also do have, like, the cords for the mixer running between us. But anyway,
Had to blow my mind, bro.
You really threw me off with that one. I told you that 2014 was 20
Right.
and you were like, well, what's 2015 gonna be? And I'm like, oh, you'll have to wait and find out.
And I did. I waited.
So much so that you started a podcast with me called Waffles versus Pancakes.
It's true.
So that you could talk to me in 2015 and find out what 2015 was gonna be. 2015 to swiftly go where no man has gone before.
I just thought about Taylor Swift.
Or Taylor Swift.
That's right.
Taylor Swiftine,
Mm-hmm.
as Tony said earlier. Now you've come to the table prepared. You have 2016 all fucking figured out.
Well, I thought that it could be something that works on its own. So I think that it makes sense to do 20 sexy teens, which works in multiple ways.
Yeah.
Because 20 sexy teens are just 20 teens that happen to be sexy, whatever, you might be into them. And then just 20 sexy teens just works.
It just works.
It's true.
And I propose to you that it could also just be generally 2016.
Which is fair.
Which is also fair. Just like 2016, the sexiest of all the years.
Right. I think you're starting the year off optimistically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
2015 has been a rough year.
Right. Yeah, yeah, so 2016
2016 sounds pretty dope already.
Right. You jump in and you're on a date with a girl and she's like, "Oh, why, you seem very confident," like if you didn't know.
It's 2016. What is it?
Getting smooth.
What's the panel think? Nobshin, Tony Scott, do we approve?
Great to me.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Sure.
Shit.
Okay, yeah, that's approval. Congratulations, Brandt. You have branded 2016, 2016, 20sexy teens.
Great.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
And according to you, Waffles versus Pancakes will make its sexy return.
Yeah, 2015 was a rough year for myself, and so I got lost in the mire. But I found my way out of the desert after a number of years. Happy Hanukkah, and now we're gonna return.
Yeah. Also, Brent and I played a whole bunch of video games together and
Sweet
recorded
Jesus.
them. They're going to be out. That's all going to be out in January, and until then, you can watch me play Sly 2 which is going strong still. Apologize for the late Monday episode. Again, I'm sorry. I record on Mondays typically, so it's tough to get those out on time. But they keep going up. We're on episode 25 right now, I think. So that's going strong. I'm in chapter 4 now. Chapter 5. I just got to chapter 5. So look forward to that. More Sly 2 shenanigans to go around. That game's awesome.
Are you 100%ing it again?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's easy, though. So,
Sure.
yeah, it's going to be good. It continues to be good. I'm having fun with that. That's it. That's house cleaning. Let's talk about video games. I played some video games at PlayStation Experience. Do you guys want to hear about them?
No, because I think you're a little.
I'm not a liar, Scott. I am not a crook. That is what I tell everybody. I just wait for people to start believing me. I played like a handful of stuff. I watched some people play some games as well. Watched some people play some Dark Souls 3. Are you familiar with Dark Souls? Right?
Yes, I played a little bit of it, yes.
Dark Souls 3 looks real good, Scott. I'm going to let you know. Probably more of what you like.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. That's April 12th, I believe. Or around there. So that looks great. Dark Souls, these 3 that I watched, I was more like, I'd rather wait to play this. So Dark Souls, I was like, I'll wait because I don't want to. So I did a lot of preview Dark Souls 2 stuff, and I don't want to do that again. Destiny Pod Racing. Now this is Pod Racing.
It's good stuff, man.
Spare Racing, which I haven't actually gotten a chance to play yet.
Yep.
But Tony, you like it?
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
Yeah, it seems fun. It's something people have been asking for forever.
Yeah.
And Tony, how do you feel about Bungie saying like, "Hey, we're just gonna do like event content for the rest of Taken King"?
I would prefer that they did like some actual PvE content too, but if that's coming, which we don't know if it is or not, then I'm okay with it. But if they're just planning to do like some stuff like this for the rest of the time that before Destiny 2 comes out, a little less okay with it because like I don't know. Like people play that game for not that. You know?
You brought us some good points last week. If people haven't listened to it, you were saying like one that they're probably going to announce Destiny 2 at E3 and then release it next September, which I agree with. And 2 that like if they don't add more significant stuff to it, then you're probably not going to stick with it for much longer until the next major thing comes out.
I mean, like maybe I'll come back like for like when something like this comes out, then I'll come back and play it for a couple days. But I won't, I wouldn't be playing it all the time anymore. There just wouldn't be a reason.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I still haven't. There's still a couple things I haven't done, like the hard mode raid. I haven't done Crota
Or the challenge modes,
the challenge modes. So like, I luckily still have a little bit left.
Yeah.
And I can chip away at that stuff over the next couple of months. So. But you're right. I definitely think they should put some thought into maybe like one minor expansion between now and then, but we'll see. Stuff I played. Oh, I also watched some Firewatch, which is coming out February 9th. I think February 9th sounds right. So which is right around the corner. Super excited. That game looks incredible. Again, I didn't want to play. It was like a 30-minute long demo, and I'm like, I don't want to play this. I want to play this when the game comes out. I have a better idea of what Firewatch is, by the way. What is Firewatch? I played games PSX. I played a little bit of the Day of the Tentacle remastered thing on Vita. Are you a adventure game fan?
Yes, I'm very bad at them.
That's fair.
And so I usually have to play them with like a GameFAQs document open
Most
somewhere.
people do.
You know what I mean? But that doesn't diminish my enjoyment of them.
Yeah.
I love the worlds that they're set in.
Yeah. Day of the Tentacle, it's cool. You can hit select to switch between the old like Scum Engine version and like the new cleaned up widescreen, super good looking version. Looks great. Can't wait to play it. Only mess with it a little bit just to see how the controls were on Vita. It was fine. I played some Street Fighter V, which I had not actually played Street Fighter V yet. Nabishin, you've played Street Fighter V, right?
I have not.
Oh, okay. I thought you had played some of the beta.
No, Silver PR is trying to hook me up with that, so.
Yeah, cool. I was watching the Capcom Cup, which was fantastic, by the way. It was awesome. One of my friends there, Michael Martin, he covers esports. So I was like, hey, I'll come by and visit, and you can kind of give me an idea of like who the players are, because I don't really know any Street Fighter people, and there was this guy from Brazil who played Abel, who like kind of came out of nowhere and was like wrecking up some of the brackets. He got eliminated, unfortunately, but I wanted to see him play, and just like the match specifically that I watched of him was fucking amazing. So I was like in a very Street Fighter mood, and I went down and I played Street Fighter 5.
That's always nice.
And yeah, it was nice.
Who'd you end up playing?
I played a couple characters. I played Ken, Ryu, and Lara. Lara's the only new character I played. I got the vibe there that I'm gonna really like Lara when it comes out.
Does she play Light Block?
She plays. It's weird. It's kind of like Abel in that she has like some moves that'll grab you and throw you around, which is who I like to play. She jumps a lot, so she's not really like Blanca. She's very like leg focused, leg grabs. So she'll like kick up and like grab you. She can grab people out of the air by kicking up from the ground, which is really cool. So I really liked her. I was like, I still couldn't get the grips on the V trigger, and there was no focus attack, so it was really throwing me off. And it's been a long time since I played 1 on a fight stick and 2 played Street Fighter 4 at all. So it was rough. I got pretty destroyed, but I was getting a little bit of it by the end. I just wasn't doing the V trigger or the counter stuff well. But playing it put Street Fighter back on my radar. That's definitely something I'd like to sit down with and just kind of get a better idea, better understanding of. So, and it looks really good as well. It plays. I think it felt like a little bit tighter to me than Street Fighter 4 did, but that was just because I haven't played it in a while and I had never played Ultra. But it's really good. I like Street Fighter in a post 4 world, so it was good to be reminded of the things that I like about Street Fighter. I played Amplitude, which is the Harmonix Kickstarter game.
I backed it.
That game's really cool. I have some issues with it. I love Rock Band Blitz, as some people know, and it was cool, like being like, "Oh man, this is like Rock Band Blitz, but with electronic music and kind of like more out there." And I really, really like that about it. And that kind of, again, put it on my radar. It was kind of off it. But it was like, yeah, actually, no, like I could totally play a ton of this. Throw some headphones on and zen out to it. But it's weird because, so there are 3 bullets, per lane. If you're familiar with Rock Band, instruments are sectioned off the lanes, and you have to hit, the drum stuff, the guitar picks, 3 little parts in rhythm in the lanes, but it's 3, and when you're playing on a controller, the left one is L1, the middle one is R1, and the right one is R2, and that's really uncomfortable. So apparently that's the original control scheme. There might be other control options, but it was just weird. I kept, anytime the middle one would come up, or I kept hitting L1 or something, I would mess up a lot. But it definitely has that rhythm and groove and feel of Rock Band Blitz and that kind of game. So it looks cool. I'm excited for it, which is more than I could have said before. And Harold said I should play it, and I'm glad I did. The only other regular game I played was Ratchet and Clank, the new Ratchet and Clank, which is great. Put your worries aside, Nabishin. It's great.
I wasn't worried.
I know. I wasn't worried either, but you had played the most recent one, so I still haven't. But I would say, the one weird thing is you have to hold L2 to aim. It's to pull up your reticle. But outside of that, feels just like Ratchet and Clank. Looks astounding. It blows my mind how. So I was there's cutscenes you meet up with Al in one of these cutscenes, and you can see the individual stitching of threads on his coat. I'm like, holy shit. Because it's it's not a super intense realistic art style, so they can get this weird crazy amount of detail.
the power of PlayStation.
Yes, the power of PlayStation.
But is that from the like in-game cutscenes or that's from,
That's
like, the
in-game,
movie
yeah.
cutscenes? Okay.
That's in game. So, it's crazy. Looks crazy. And it's really fun. It plays super well. Some of the lighting and shading stuff is good. I played around with some of the weapons. You got your standard pistol. You got your standard like throwing bombs stuff. You got your Zork bots or whatever they call Mr. Zircon that'll float around you. The pixelator, I'm not sure which one it is really cool. A couple of hits for bigger enemies will turn them into pixel enemies, and then you can smash them. Yeah, it was really fun. It was like, man, I can't wait to have another one of these. It's really super cool. I'm excited for that. I also played some PlayStation VR.
Was this your first VR experience?
No, this was my second VR experience. First PlayStation VR experience.
Okay.
Have you messed around with VR before?
Yes, I have messed around actually in kind of two capacities. I'm going to be writing about one of those extensively, which is Google Cardboard.
Okay.
Which is super cool. It's more augmented reality. We could debate it, but it is what it is. And I have played with the Oculus Rift.
Mm. Yeah, so I've talked before on the show about my 2013 Oculus Rift experience. It was 2014 actually. Dev Kit 1. So older dev kit.
Right.
I had always kind of been a VR believer. I'm glad I had gotten to play with it. I continue, for people's reference, I continue to be very excited about this. Like, I am definitely on the bandwagon that thinks this is going to absolutely change video games, but I don't think it's going to do well financially, sales wise. I just don't think there's going to be a price that people are going to be willing to pay for this. I will get a PlayStation VR, but it's going to be tough.
You know what I think the big hurdle is? It's something that you have to literally experience in order to see if it's, like let's say high definition televisions. It took a long time for HD to get adopted. And now 4K is coming out. It'll take years for them to get adopted. But if you go to a Best Buy, all you have to use is your eyeballs. Yeah. And then you can notice things like, fidelity, higher fidelity, and they sold it to people through sports.
Yeah.
Because sports is something that you want to see in high definition. With virtual reality, you have to sit somebody down and you have to dispel all their preconceived notions about virtual reality, and you have to show them like kind of what you're all about, and there is an expense kind of attached to it. So again, I'll go back to Google Cardboard just for a moment. I showed my mother Google Cardboard, and the way I sold it to her was that there's a Google Maps client that came out, a Street View client. So I took her around places in Croatia where we'd been, and I showed her what it was like to see 360-degree pictures. You know what I mean? And my aunt happened to be there, and my aunt spent many years in France, and she said, "Oh, do you want to see our friend's house?" Mm-hmm. And we were able to go to that address and say, "Oh, yeah, I like the plants that she planted in the front yard." Because it was a recent photograph. They keep updating the photos in Google Street View. They go around every year or two and said, "Oh, look, they replaced the gate." And then we talked about the gate, and we could all see the gate. And, "Oh, but if you turn, that neighbor did this, that, and the other thing." And so they were very much sold. But you have to, and that's in a very limited capacity. I'm just saying the barrier to entry there in terms of mind share is very tall. It's a big hurdle. And then you have, on top of that, people have to have, pay money, good money, for the hardware that they're going to have to feel as though they can get like kind of use out of. And that's, that's regular people. Gamers sometimes are more easy to, bigger adoption and stuff like that. But I think that there is a big perceptual problem in terms of what VR actually is.
Yeah. Definitely. And I think like Google Cardboard's really valuable, and like people can at least try it out.
Right. For a very, very the hardware, it does, it requires some hardware, but the hardware is something that many people have, which is the smartphone. That is the $400, $500, $600, $700 piece of technology that enables you to put it in the $25 cardboard casing. You know what I mean? So you've already paid for this computer. It's something that you can use. It's a multi-purpose as opposed to PlayStation VR, which is going to be primarily for gaming.
Yeah. So like I'll say again, I'm a VR proponent. I'm very much on board. I will get a PlayStation VR probably around when the time it comes out. I feel like I'm the only one on this show that kind of falls into that camp.
Yep.
But like that's I'm also I think the only one that's actually used.
What, you mean that we'll buy a VR machine?
Yeah.
No, I will definitely be getting one.
Okay.
I will not.
Scott, I know is not. Nabish, I know you're not sold yet.
No, I have to,
Just
it's something you have to
yours.
try for yourself type of thing.
Yeah,
To like do that, like this is something I just can't really wrap my mind around. Like I'm being, as not as cynical as I can possibly be about it.
yeah. No, I think your position's fair though. Both you and Scott, there's the financial standpoint and I don't believe this thing because I haven't seen it yet.
You have to try it in order to know if it's for you or not.
Oh, I totally understand that.
Yeah, and you
It's
could be
just a
like one of
matter
those people that
being
pukes too. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting that out there, like full disclosure, I guess. But it was really interesting for me to be able to compare hardware wise, like what it's like to wear Oculus versus DK1, of course, versus PlayStation
Donkey
VR,
Kong 1.
Donkey Kong 1, versus PSVR, which is probably going to be the final feel of it. So first thing, they put it on me. I adjusted it. It was pretty easy to adjust. Super crazy comfortable. Like it felt like I was wearing a hat. Totally. I wrote something up. I haven't posted it yet because I wanted to talk about it on here first. But it feels so lightweight and so just like easy. Like there's not like a lot of pressure on your face or anything. Like it's very comfy. Again, it's like wearing a hat, like a not crazy hat. So that was like awesome. They threw headphones on me. I played Battlezone, which is a tank battling video game, which is pretty cool. And so the demo started with me I was in the cockpit of the tank, so I'm sitting on a chair in front of the station. So I take a moment to look around, and you can see the chair behind me. I'm like, oh fuck, and I'm looking around the whole cockpit, and I can see my body, which isn't my body. Again, very different than the indie game that I played on Oculus. It was kind of more minimalist, still really cool. But this was a whole different experience. Man, this looks like the cockpit of a tank, and then the thing comes down, and it's this kind of R-wing glass cover over the cockpit, as opposed to an actual being in a military tank. Very cyberpunky. And the world looked very polygonal, not hyper realistic, but not unrealistic. The proportions were kind of right, but it looked art style wise a lot like Massive Chalice, to give a comparison. So it's kind of polygonal with sharp sides and edges. So then the tank launches up, and I'm shooting up, and I'm still not in control. I'm just holding a DualShock, by the way. I'm not keyboard mouse or some other crazy shit. No move controllers. Just using a DualShock. So I launch up, and then this circle opens, and I see the daylight, and I'm like, oh shit, I wasn't even outside. And then the circle closes underneath the tank, and then I'm just fucking going. So then from that point, I was playing around, and I'll say just as a game, Battlezone was pretty fun, because you're it felt like you're a tank on jet skis. You're just sliding around really really quickly, and you have a dash button that you can hold down to go faster. I'm just using the analog sticks to look around, but my head could move independently of them just in the cockpit to I could peer forward and look out to see if there was a tank on my flank in my blind spot or something.
Tank on the flank.
Tank on my flank. So that was just really awesome. Again, looking, I could look straight up at the sky, and there were clouds and shit. It was awesome. And the coolest thing for me, just with that game, was your radar was a little bit below you, in front of you on the dash. So I had to actively look down with my body to see the radar, to see other tanks and enemies in relation to where I was, and then look back up, and I could see them in relation to that. So it was I was actually referencing something else, as opposed to a HUD, which is just kind of all there. It all feels together. This felt separate, in reality, in the real world. So that was kind of the first experience of being in another room. It felt like I was in this tight little cockpit, and that was really really cool. So and I was I took to the controls immediately, which was awesome. I just sliding around, I knew what to do, shooting tanks, shooting turrets, and then switched to the minigun to shoot this swarm of birds and stuff. I wish I could have played it again. It was about 10 minutes, but it was awesome. And the headset felt so comfortable that I could have worn it for like an hour and probably not felt bad or anything. I'm not like motion sickness kind of person, so I wasn't worried about throwing up or getting sick. But yeah, it was just super cool. Super impressed with like how that hardware felt. So that was my PSVR experience. I'm glad I got to play it.
No Res Infinite.
I did not get to play Red. They only had one demo station for Res Infinite, other than the one they had in the media lounge, and I did not have a press badge for this, so I couldn't go in there and fucking strap on that suit.
We all know you like strap-ons.
I really wish I could have played it though, especially hearing about some of the experience some people have been having with it. I talked to a couple of people that played it, and they like Greg Miller played it, and he lost his goddamn mind. So, yeah, it was really cool. That was all the stuff I played there. I played a whole bunch of other stuff, so maybe we can bounce around and we can just talk about video games.
Right.
Scott, you played anything this week?
The most important thing would be the Four Swords thing we did.
Yeah, we played Triforce Heroes 2 nights ago. Thursday? It was Wednesday?
Forget.
It was some night.
It was the night before last.
Okay. Thursday night. Yeah, Tony, Scott, and I played some Triforce Heroes.
Yep, that was good.
That was good. We played the Fire Dungeon.
Those levels starting to get hard.
Yeah, I only died like twice. Once. It was a collective death. You share hearts in that game.
Yep.
And then we played some Coliseum. And guess who fucking won? Scott.
That's because Tony gave me the idea to throw people off a cliff.
Yep.
And you know what? I took it.
Yeah,
Yep.
you took it well.
I mean, you should have took the idea. Because, that idea was pitched to you. But you didn't do it.
You're right. It's my fault.
Yes, it is.
I'm not bitter at all. No, it was good. We had a lot of fun. I can't wait to play some more of that. I'm glad that now we have a party of 3. Like we can finally ruin that game's dungeons. I liked all the shit Scott talked about me in regards to Triforce Heroes.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was good stuff.
I reminded him when we were playing together, like I was like eating and not paying attention at all when we were playing, so that's why I was being terrible.
I couldn't remember why. I just know that you were.
Fucking shade throwing going on this podcast. Cool. That's good. What else, Scott?
That's pretty much it for this week.
Damn. Come on, you don't have well, now you don't have school.
Now I don't have school.
Yeah. I'm going to play Destiny and For Loco and other video games.
Yep.
Bloodborne. Breaking the Will's house.
PS4.
Break into Will's house and play Bloodborne.
I could probably break into his house.
Let's do that. You like it. What about you, Tony?
I played Destiny,
Fuck yeah.
and I invited you to play Destiny, and then you went offline. I was sad.
Yeah, because I think...
I love how you have to come up with something.
I'm like, no. Like, I was
doing a thing.
I was recording a Game of the Year podcast, a top 10 Game of the Year podcast with one of our special guests.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Tony. I
It's
came
okay.
back on later.
Yeah,
It's always later, isn't it?
it's always later.
Are you okay, Tony? You're like responding in very one-word responses
I'm here.
and then stopping talking.
You always make them wait, Alex. You always say later.
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 I'm just checking up on you, babe.
Yeah, we're good. So I played a whole bunch of Sparrow Racing.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Did you get your like Sparrow racing armor?
Oh, totally.
It's worth shit though. It's terrible, right?
No, it's. I mean, it gives you bonuses for Sparrow Racing. It doesn't. It doesn't matter that it has armor or not.
Okay.
So there's that, and then I got this new dance, the jump on it dance, and then I made a video of doing the dance and playing the song, and then I posted it for you guys, and not a single person responded to me, and I was real sad.
Was that like what that was?
Yeah,
That's what that was.
That's what that was.
and not a single one of you bastards responded to me.
All right, hold on.
Well, I mean, it's Destiny shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
All right, that's pretty good. I don't want to get a copyright strike. That's pretty good.
Shock jams.
I like it. I approve, Tony. Apache. It's a good song. Give me something here. like
Tumbleweed passion.
yeah, like what the fuck, man?
He wanted to make you wait. See how it feels?
Yeah, exactly.
You got blue mic going on over there.
My microphone's fucking blue as something. All right. All right. Cool. I watched your video. It was adorable.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted.
I liked it.
I just wanted some acknowledgement that I was a real person.
Well, you spent $7 on that dance, so
Nope, it was 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you a real person? Questionable.
I don't know. He looks like a rice cake from
I spent less money on that game than one Joseph Fate, so
So you still feel better than him? You know
yeah,
he
I'm still a better person than him.
You know he fucking bought that though.
That's right. So I did that, and then I did the challenge mode for the week, which was the Golgoroth challenge.
Okay.
And
Golgoroth.
yeah, the Golgoroth challenge, Alex, is that every person has to hold the gaze each time.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, all 6 people have to grab it before you get out of the pit. So, that was pretty good. But other than that, it's mostly just been sparrows. So that's Destiny, and then I played Gauntlet for like 10 minutes.
The new Gauntlet on
Yeah, the one
PlayStation.
that's free this month on PS Plus.
There's no like range characters in that, are there?
There's a wizard. That's what I played.
Okay.
And the wizard's pretty fun. But I mean, like I did like the first level, and then I stopped because I was like, this is a lot of Gauntlet.
Shit. Yeah, it's Gauntlet.
Yeah. It was okay. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go back to that game unless I'm playing with like 3 other people.
Yeah.
Good luck with
So,
that.
yeah, exactly. I downloaded the King's Quest first like what is the episode?
chapter. Yeah.
Thing. That looks all right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I downloaded it, but I didn't play it. And then I played Triforce Heroes with you guys.
Yeah, it was fun.
No Space Engineers, but that's okay.
Good. I hear that game doesn't like your computer, so.
Actually, it's not so bad. It's pretty bad, but it's not like the worst.
Okay.
I can run it with like 20
Okay.
frames, so that's great.
20 frames, solid.
It was 4 when I first started.
Yeah,
So-
that's
It's
rough.
5 times the frames.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a significant increase in frames.
I'm trying to think of anything else. It's mostly just been Destiny.
All right, fair enough. I mean, Destiny's got Sparrow Racing now, so
Yeah, so much Sparrow Racing.
finally everyone's happy.
You should hijack my account sometime, Tony, so you can play some of the games that are contenders for Game of the Year.
Probably, but like you're on 24/7, so
That's why I say you should hijack it.
no, I don't. I'm not
let
going to
me
do that to you.
know So I can not be on.
I'm not
No,
going to do
I
that
was-
to you.
I was gonna message you
It's
and ask if I could
important.
play the Final Fantasy 15 demo.
Oh, sure.
So,
shit.
although that's not a contender for Game of the Year, I just wanted to play that.
Yeah, totally. Like that was out. That's, I wanted to play that so bad. Too, so it's pretty good.
I think I tried to play Fallout again, and still just not feeling it, so didn't.
Yeah, I have a feeling Fallout's not gonna do too well in our Game of the Year.
Eh, it's a good game, but it's Fallout.
It's a good game.
You know,
Um,
I think
alright.
I think it's a very good Fallout game, but it's just a Fallout game.
Yeah, fair enough.
It would have been really, really good 3 years ago.
It would have been. God, it would have been great. Even when Skyrim came out, it would have blown dicks off of pants.
Yeah.
Speaking of blowing dicks off of pants, Brandt,
Yep.
what about video games you've been playing?
Oh Lord, so I've been prepping for this Game of the Year podcast that we did. So
It's over now. You can finally be. You're finally free.
I played and beat 3 games in 10 days.
What were they?
Which for me is a goddamn record. Ori and the Blind Forest, Axiom Verge, and Final Fantasy X.
Which of those did you like the most?
I think Ori.
Yeah, the right answer.
Ori and the Blind Forest is an incredible game.
I like, so as a little preview of your top 10,
Yes.
which again will go out in January. I like that we talked about Axiom Verge and then we just shat all over it for for like 10 minutes.
But then we just said it's a really great game.
It's a good game
that does what it does, but sometimes it tries to do things to a fault. It's adherent to the source material, to its predecessors, too much. But it's an incredible game.
That's why I think I loved Ori so much more, is just because it is so innovative. It's like, it is, like you said, the ghost of Metroidvania's future.
Yes. It's where I think the genre should go. It's really, really great, and you have leeway, and the art style is so good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on in that game.
All unique art in that game.
Yeah, if you look at those backgrounds, if you just kind of like hang out for a little bit and check out those character designs, they're incredible, super intricate. So I've been playing those games. I can tell you now that I'm free of this curse. That is the Irrational Passions top 10 podcasts, top 10 podcasts of 2015, top 10 games of 2015. I am looking forward to my chill out games, which I'm not playing any more games for the remainder of the year. I got to catch up actually on some reading. There's some books that I want to finish.
Oh, nerd! I'm kidding. Okay, don't freak out.
But in January, before the first game that I'm going to play in 20 Sexy Teens is going to be Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. But before then, I want to play Yoshi's Woolly World and Hero of Legend, or Legend of Hero. What the name of the
Legend?
Triforce Heroes?
No.
I think it's Legend of Hero.
Something Trails in the Sky.
Trails in the Sky. Trails in the Sky is the subhead, and that's a very deep and engaging JRPG, and I'm going to look forward to just sinking my teeth into that. Not in 3 days. No, I'm going to take some more time, and I'm going to see people. There was like a good 36-hour period where I did not leave my room, except to eat and to use the restroom because I was too busy playing Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, I mean, you really...
The Legend of Heroes.
Legend of Heroes.
The Legend of Heroes, that's what it is. Thank you so much.
You really sunk your teeth into Final Fantasy X, man.
It's really great. I mean, it was a super great JRPG, and I think that I only liked it because, again, not to spoil the top 10 here, but like I played JRPGs around that time, and so it's a weirdly nostalgic experience despite the fact that I've never played the game before.
Yeah. Calls back to an era that you hold deeply.
Yeah, it's like the apex of this thing that used to exist, and that's super cool to me. That is all the game. Then we played this game for a Let's Play,
and we don't want to ruin it.
We don't want to ruin it, but I played that for the first time in like 15 years. Then we played another game that went back a few more years, which will be out on Christmas.
Yeah,
that turned into an experience.
Whatever happened to Party Hard, man?
Whatever happened to Party Hard?
You brought up Party Hard on this show.
Yeah, Party Hard's an incredible game, but I don't know what's going on with it right now.
I just remember you talked a whole lot about it last time.
It was super good. It was my game of PAX. It was super great. You murder people at a party.
Dance.
And then you dance to avoid getting caught, which is, I think, by the way, if you're planning a murder, I think that's the way you should go about it. You kill the person, you hide. Step 1, kill person.
Got it.
Step 2, hide body. Step 3, dance.
Yep.
And then
That's why the Hitman games are so bad.
Right. You can't
dance.
Can't dance. You know what I mean? Hitman can't dance, am I right? It's a mechanic they should add. That's what's going on with Party Hard.
2016 Hitman, we're bringing it back, dancing.
Yeah, 20 Sexy Teens is going to be a great year for games. You guys will probably have a great prediction show.
Oh God, they're always a travesty.
Right. So I'm sure you guys are going to be talking about all sorts of things about how Alex actually played the secret Banjo-Kazooie Conquest Bad Fur Day sequel that nobody could talk about, and all sorts of other stuff. You can work your way out of that rat hole.
You need to watch what you're saying, man. You can get me in trouble.
No, well, listen, I'm just saying. The NDA was spelled ND @ sign, so I think that you signed a non-legal piece of paper.
I hope so, for my sake.
Right, exactly. Given all the things you've been posting on NeoGAF under Al Fighter 72, it's your big alias.
Woo! Twist!
Ooh, man.
Yeah. That's some M. Night
top shelf right there.
stuff. I just turned this podcast into a hootenanny. Those are the games that I've been playing. God help us. Whoever's going next, please save us.
God save the queen. Well, I can tell you who's going next. Nabishin also played a fuck ton of video games.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah, that's you every week.
Well, somebody has to.
Hey, man, I played a whole bunch. You get off my back.
No, you had to go somewhere to play a whole bunch.
Hey, look at my list, all right?
Be a buddy.
He's
There's
building
a PSX list, And there is a not PSX list, and they are both long. You bastard.
Bastard.
So yeah. I just been getting ready for like the end of the year, so like I just kind of revisited a whole bunch of stuff. Some of my favorite games of this year, and some games I just played this year that like left like an impression on me. Like I played the entirety through the Order 1886 again last week. You know, and I replaying through that game again. Like I really enjoyed it a lot more. I really appreciated a lot more of that game. More of like the characters and the performance and just obviously the way it looks. And obviously that game is a big like shortcoming. Like I said before when I first played that game, it seems to go out of its way to be like this is like a one and done type of game. But like seeing I bought it for like so cheap for like $10 when it was on sale, it's completely worth it as far as like buying it and like going through it again. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more this time around. And I didn't feel like I was in any constraint to like actually having to play it again, because you know, like I could have got the gist of it in, like after like 10 minutes of playing it, but like I just felt like I needed to go through it again. And like the world in that game is really great. Too bad the ending is so sequel bait that like you know, like hopefully they actually do make another one of those games. But like yeah, I really enjoyed it. Order 1886, I really enjoyed, and if you can find it for cheap, just give it a whirl. It's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. I also played the Order 1886. I started it. I played the first hour.
So you're like halfway done, though.
Yeah, right. I'm basically blowing through it. No, it's good. I really like it so far. I mean, it's weird. Some parts of it are weird, but
it gets weird. Yes.
Like it's like the movement is a little weird, very slow, between action sections, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I've only had like 2 of those so far, though.
And then the action section that isn't with guns is just weirdly placed in that game. So.
Yeah. I had no idea about the prologue that happened, so that was super weird and out of left field for me. But that was cool. Like it was cool, like walking into that game and having a lot of surprises. I like the characters. I like what they're putting down. Game.
Yeah. Marquis Lafayette is probably my favorite out of that game.
Yeah,
like,
Lafayette seems pretty legit.
Yeah, because like he's just like a rookie in the with the Order, but like he leaves a really decent impression through you throughout the game, and he's a true pro too. So yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah, it's it looks astounding. It's like between this and Battlefront and Tomb Raider, like. A lot of great looking games this year. And it's really cool that it's only been 2 years, and we're really starting to see some of this hardware pushed, I think, to like a really great degree. Because you think about like Dead Rising, right, at the beginning of the 360, and then like The Last of Us or like Red Dead Redemption, like years and years later. Like that's the big jumps in graphics, and I feel like we're already hitting like that first big jump. At the very least, so I'm digging it so far. Like I said, I'm going to play it. I'm going to finish it. If not, I'm glad that I've at least played it. I've played around with it. I've seen it. I can talk a little bit about it. So continuing option.
All right. God, what else? Went back to Witcher 3. More of that. More of that new game plus. Where am I in that game? Oh, I'm just trying to find Dandelion now. So, yeah, I'm probably like 4 through that game on New Game Plus, which is hard as balls, which is to be expected because I'm on New Game Plus and I'm also on the hardest difficulty. I'm trying to get the platinum. I have to play Gwent, so it's just like a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not getting used to. Like I'm used to the gameplay. It's just a matter of like almost 2 hits and you're dead. So it's like just being more methodical of how I move and like what moves I use and stuff like that. So, and just going back to that game again and like and just like seeing like that whole cutscene with when you meet with Kara and like you're just like going on your like quasi date, and just the general conversation and just like the dialogue between Geralt and her, and I was like, man, this This game is just like there's nothing like this. It's so good. It's so fucking good. I love it so much. Like I just I just get so worked up like when I talk about because Katie loves that game too. Like it's her game of the year as well. And like we just like have our conversations just about that game. It's just something really special. I just love it to death. But yeah, everybody knows how I feel about The Witcher, so let's move on from that.
No, it's good. I'm glad that you're passionate about it. Like, I definitely need to play a little bit more of that before the end of the year because, like, I've definitely gotten a lot of distance between when I was like just all in love with that game. So I'd like to spark that flame a little bit more again.
You probably finished that Hearts of Stone.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, Hearts of Stone was really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been playing The Witcher 3 like throughout this fucking years. Just going like just jumping back into it, just doing like side stuff, trying to get that chip away at that platinum as much as I can. But yeah, that game is just so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Went back to Metal Gear Solid 5 for like a half a second. Played like a couple missions just to remember the gameplay, remember how it feels, just remember how it looks and just how it presents itself. Remembering like, oh yeah, this game is really repetitive, but at the time it's like I didn't care because like it was so good at what it does and it does it so well. So I just gained that appreciation for that game again.
Mm-hmm.
Just by the way it plays and the way it looks and the way it just feels going through the two worlds that they are, but like they're two expansive worlds that and just the stuff you can do in that game is just like, oh yeah, I could do that. I could put a fucking balloon on a tank for whatever reason. So, yeah, that's just really great going through that game again. Of course, when I started up again after not playing it for like maybe like 6 months or whatever, the FOB shit happened and like half my stuff was gone. So I was like, wow, that's dumb. So, if you do go back to that, Alex, I would recommend just probably just turning the online off for like that moment. So
I want to get the updated experience.
Sure.
I want to approach that critically. So, because I think that does factor into what we talked about at the end of the year. So, but yeah, it's good to know.
Here's a couple ones I just like either just bought really fast and like played like an hour of and just didn't get back to, or like rented or whatever. So like obviously I got Final Fantasy Type 0 during Black Friday, and mostly just for the Final Fantasy 15 demo, which I played like under 2 hours of and still love that to death. But I played like the first maybe like 30 minutes of that, and it seems cool. It seems alright. Nothing to like really judge on. But like it's just an action RPG, which is pretty awesome. Like there's nothing really much I could say about it. It's just like you run with 3 people. They all have different abilities. One throws cars. One's like has a lance, and I forget what the girl does. But like it just seemed okay for what it was. I probably will never actually get into it that much. But like it just seems alright for what it is. So yeah, that's Final Fantasy Type 0.
Cool.
Tearaway Unfolded, I finally got into that. Played maybe about like a total of 4 hours of that. That game is still just as great as I remember it. And it looks just freaking gorgeous, even better than it looked on the Vita, obviously because it's on PS4. But like just the aesthetic of like it has more of a draw distance with the paper craft, so like you can see
cool.
like stuff from like way in a distance that you're gonna get to, so that just makes it look even better. But yeah, Tearaway's awesome. I'll probably chip away at that a little bit more too, but like I'm just like probably distracted by like Undertale and some other games. Fat Princess Adventure I bought. That is more of Diablo game than I thought it was going to be. I thought
Is there loot?
Yeah, there's a ton of loot. That's just loots and
Damn.
in that kind of perspective, like isometric perspective that Diablo has. It has like 4-player co-op and everything. But I kind of want to go in there. I wanted to go in there for more Fat Princess, but not really more of a Diablo type game. So that kind of disappointed me. It seems okay though, and it plays all right. But
I want to play that a lot.
Yeah, but I wasn't more in the mood for like an actual Fat Princess game. Like I really liked Fat Princess on PlayStation 3, even though I played it for like maybe like Well, I played it for a good while, but like me with multiplayer, I jumped in and jumped out of it. But I really enjoyed that for what it was. But like, it's pretty cool for what it is. I played like a good like maybe 2 hours of it, but it was pretty awesome for what it is.
Cool.
But it's just not what I expected.
If Scott knows one thing about me, it's that I love Fat Princess.
Yep.
The first time I shared my PlayStation account with Scott's PlayStation account was for Fat Princess. So that's a special play. That was really where Irrational Passion started.
Mm-hmm.
Where was Evan?
Evan was dead to me. I'm sorry. He's all flying a plane. He's fine. Our co-host Evan, who just abandoned us at some point, he flies planes now. Yeah, I mean, what do you got to say to that, Brandt?
Man, talk about trading down.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
From podcaster to pilot, what a prick.
What a prick. From podcaster to pilot, the Evan Walrus story. What else, Namishin?
I ran Just Cause 3 for a day at Redbox. I had like a free code just get a game for a day, so I was like, I'll get Just Cause 3 so I could just at least try it out for what it was, and like it's pretty cool for what it is. But I didn't really have time to put much time into it. It was like after work, I was really tired, but like I played maybe like a good, just like maybe like an hour or so of it, and like it's something I could definitely feel I could get into, but like it's definitely something I can't play right now, as far as like, because it's an open world game. I'm kind of like at my wit's end of that right now. Especially after Tomb Raider, I put like 100% in Tomb Raider, because I love that game so much. But like, Just Cause ain't no fucking Tomb Raider, so I didn't. I was like, okay, like this was just a good like distraction for a while. So like, I'll probably go back to this like eventually, but like right now, it's just like no, I'll just put it back in like let's probably think about it later. So yeah, I took Just Cause 3 back, but like it seemed cool for what it was. The explosions look fantastic in that game, and like
how's the frame rate look after those explosions?
It runs pretty all right.
Okay.
It's been like I've destroyed like buildings and stuff like that, but like I don't think it was like like a chain of explosions. That's probably when like it just goes to shit. But like it seems okay for what I played of it, so
okay.
I had no issues with it. But yeah, I just fun. Wing seating is like a super fun too, and like just traveling through that place is like it's definitely not something for. It's definitely the thing where like most people who buy Grand Theft Auto like like, oh, I don't even play the story, I just fuck around for like 20 hours, and that's definitely what that game is all about. So yeah, that's Just Cause 3. A little bit more Super Mario Maker. I just did some of the events, the official events of it, and those are still fun to play. But yeah, there's nothing much more to say. Mario Maker is great.
One might even call it a Game of the Year contender.
It might be. Actually, because of this game I've been playing lately, it kind of knocked it off my top 10. Actually.
What?
Yeah.
Knowing what that game is crazy.
Yeah. The Wolf Among Us is really great.
You fucking asshole.
But yeah, Undertale. Undertale's been I've been really, really, really digging that a lot more lately. I didn't man. Oh, how far did I get? Like I just got past the quiz section, if you know what that is, Scott. Which is that was like an intense moment too, because like I didn't know what was happening, and like luckily I paid attention enough to get like probably like 80% of that correct, but like I had to use items and stuff like that just to make sure I wouldn't die.
Oh, so you didn't figure out what was going on? All right.
I mean, like I got past it and like I didn't die towards it.
Yeah. I didn't get it until like I think the last two questions. I'm not gonna tell you because I want to see if Alex figures it out too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But like, yeah, I got past that part, and like and of course I fought like one of the bosses like before then, which was like a fucking awesome fight too. Very different from everything else too, because you have to guard instead of like dodging, which is like really interesting. That game is just really something special.
Yep.
I've I'm definitely gonna be before the end of the year. But like it like the more I play of it, the more and more I just really like it. And like I said, it crept into my top 10 of the year. So like, I just really dig that game a lot more.
Well, at least finding our number one this year is going to be easy. I'm just kidding. There's gonna be a fight. There will be blood.
It's gonna be The Last of Us, guys. Let's be real.
Can we not bring up shit from like last year was fine, but 2 years ago still hurts? Okay. It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something.
But yeah, Undertale is fucking awesome. Probably not as high as like you might think it'd be on my game of the year list, but like it's still definitely on it. Like I'm just enjoying it a lot more the more I play it. So it's a really dope game. And like the other thing I played let's not keep talking, nobody exposed. I played it. I borrowed that for Tony, and like I played it with Mark and Katie, and we played it for like a good like maybe 2 hours straight.
Nice.
And after that, we'll probably never play it again because like we were just like sweaty and exhausted, and our anxiety was like at an all-time high. And it was like that was fun. Let's never do that again.
Yep.
And that's pretty much where we were at.
But you had a
those
good
feels.
time though, right?
Yeah, we had a great time.
I'm so glad for that.
We had an amazing time of it. But it was just like, yeah, it was just like I was like sweating out of my pits and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, yep.
Yeah, it just got us to that point.
It's rough.
Yeah, just switching off of it and just like it looks like a ball sack or something. Like
I don't know if the serial number ends with a 6. Okay, why you keep asking me these weirdly specific questions?
oh, what's a vowel again? Like, does Y still count as a vowel?
Is Y a vowel? Just answer the question. Yeah, no, I know exactly. Yeah, it's pretty good though.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to.
I see there was Final Fantasy VII is on your list as well.
Oh yeah, I played that fucking game
Why?
Shit.
Why did you play that game?
because I had to. I had to like at least attempt to like maybe this time it'll grab me.
It won't.
It totally didn't.
I like.
I played it for like an hour and then I stopped. But
Yep,
that,
I love that game.
Yeah,
All right.
that's everything I've been playing.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to talk about the games I've been playing outside of PlayStation Experience. Then we got some news, just some kind of review stuff to go over. A few voicemails from Silver PR, and then we'll end the show. So we'll be back in just a little bit.
Choo, choo, choo.
Anybody got a pee?
It's a tight show.
Yeah, I told you I run a tight ship. That's how I do.
How you do?
How I do.
How do you do?
I don't know. I do things. Not wishing any news happened.
News
Me
didn't
news.
happen.
You already got the Final Fantasy thing, right?
Yeah.
There's no more DLC for Destiny for the rest of the year.
Did you guys talk about PS2
Or to the next game, I should say.
emulation on? I'm behind. PS2 emulation on PS4. Yeah, good. I don't even know when news comes out anymore.
Kuma's in Tekken 7.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm gonna take a leak real quick.
Gone Home,
Yeah, gone home. What? January 12th.
January 12th.
I'll put that down.
Oh yeah.
And I wrote down the stuff that you guys said we'll save for next week. Also,
What stuff?
the Game Awards Kojima stuff, Greg Miller's speech. You guys said we'll talk about next week when Alex is here.
Right.
Oh, right.
I remembered.
And PSX in review. And I thought, like, just talk about what it was like to be there. Final Fantasy VII multi-part release update thing. So, all good. Cameron tweeted at me, "Don't lie to Brandt. I'm not saying your ship is loose. Just saying it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway." Hashtag Kappa. Hey man, I got a loose ship. It's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Apparently.
So, Alex,
What?
have you tried the Boss nachos yet?
I have.
Have you? I just assumed.
I have.
And?
They're not new though. I've had them before.
Oh yeah, I just saw that like Boss rap and then something about nachos and bosses showed up, and I was like, ooh.
Ooh.
And I haven't been over there yet.
They're pretty good. Don't get their tomatoes on that are terrible. They taste terrible.
I don't get tomatoes in general at Taco Bell.
Yeah,
Just don't like 'em.
Their tomatoes in the chalupas are okay, but on the especially the nachos, they just have like this the sour flavor. No bueno.
But I ain't like getting free DLC based on Destiny spoof.
Yep, it's dumb.
What is it?
I
Is it the Sparrow stuff?
I think so. Yeah.
Dying Light. Okay.
I have Dying Light downloaded and installed. I can't wait to go back to it.
Oh, you can talk about MP.
Oh fuck! Are there MPD numbers? Scott, get
Yeah.
your dicks out.
I'll pass on the deck.
Multiple dicks, all of them.
This is after Black Friday too, so that'd be interesting.
Venture Beats got me covered. Oh,
dear Lord.
oh wow. All right. Add it to the dock.
To the dock. It's where we dock the Normandy SR3.
Yep. R.I.P.
It hasn't been
know,
made
man.
yet.
Guys, guess there's a new Mass Effect coming out next year,
I know, I'm excited.
allegedly.
I don't know if it's coming out next year.
You can only hope. It's crazy though. All right, Brant, you ready?
Oh yeah.
And we're back. Hey, welcome back. Oh my goodness, Brant, we're back.
Holy shit.
Put your pants back on.
Oh
Jesus.
no. I like it better this way.
If only it were true. I've been playing a few things outside of PSX, like I mentioned before. Nabashin, you didn't mention Nuclear Throne.
Oh yeah.
You picked that up.
Yeah, I didn't play it for too long. I played it for a good minute. Never mind. I enjoyed it for like what it was. Like it's just it's a it's a roguelike
Twin stick
twin
shooter.
stick shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was really cool. Like I heard about it. I've kind of like heard rumblings about it, but it's very much like my kind of roguelike, I guess you could say. You get abilities at certain thresholds of experience. So there's kind of active like new items, a la like Binding of Isaac or Spelunky. I got it as well. People who attended PSX were gifted it, which was very kind. It's really cool. I wish I could play it on my Vita, but I can't. The cruel.
PlayStation TV.
I can play it on PlayStation TV. I wish I could play it laying face down in my bed. No, shit. But the right analog stick on my Vita is broken. For reference,
That is a problem.
yes. It's just I was thinking like I should have gotten a Vita on Black Friday, but there's no way I could afford that. But yeah, I also played some Nuclear Throne. It's cool. I really like it. I cannot wait to play some more of it. I'm pretty bad at it though, but that's kind of how I always start with these kinds of things. I also played.
Maybe got past like to the third world. I'm not that great either.
Yeah, I did. I made the same distance. Third world once. I also played Monument Valley, which was free on iOS while I was in San Francisco, so I played it on the flight home. Really good. Yeah, I got through the first 6 levels, and then I did one of the extra levels that they added as free DLC later. They also have like paid DLC later, but haven't played that yet. It's really cool. There's actually like a pretty cool story there as well. For people who don't know, it's kind of a perspective-based puzzle game on iOS. iOS. So like you can adjust platforms and bridges, and it plays with the perspective to attach those two things in the background and foreground, and It lets your character Ida kind of move around. You just tap to move around. Simple puzzles, but they're really cool, intuitive. The controls work. Great choice for iOS. And yeah, it's really cool. I know it was big last year, like last fall is when it came out, I believe. So I'm glad I got around to playing it. It seems really cool. It's got really good music as well. Played a little bit of the Order 1886, like I mentioned before. I also got a copy of the Bit Trip at PSX. Just a collection of offshoot Bit Trip games. Played a couple of them. Nothing worth really diving deep into. Bit Trip Runner is in there, which is, from what I understand, the most popular of the Bit Trip games. But,
They're real good.
yeah, it seems cool. Like I'll mess around with it a little bit more. I also got a copy of Resident Evil Revelations 2, which I played a little bit on PS4. It seems really good. I kind of want to play it with somebody else. Brandt, you reviewed this a while ago for Read Retro.
Yeah, when it came out.
So there's a review of that on the internet.
Absolutely. Actually, I'm interested. We should talk about that after you're done playing it, because I had the experience of playing it as the episodes were coming out week by week.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'd write a review on each episode. So it took me, a little bit of time to marinate on the events of one to another. So I'm interested in how that game actually plays when you don't have the quote-unquote suspense motif of, like, next time on Resident Evil Revelations, just being able to get that next hit. I think it would definitely change, the way that game feels.
Yeah.
Pacing.
Jacob and I were talking about maybe playing through it. He's already played through it, but I haven't. And maybe doing, like, a remote Let's Play series of that. So stay tuned. That might happen. And I also jumped quickly back into The Long Dark, which early access or game preview on Xbox One. I haven't played it since like the summer, so I wanted to see how. Well, more like since September, but I wanted to see how they change it. A lot of big changes, some small changes, some big changes, but a lot of changes all around. UI is completely different now, a lot more easy to navigate. Just like really impressed with some of the stuff they changed. Frame rate's a lot better, runs a lot better, looks a little bit better, a little bit more detailed stuff around. Yeah, it seems like they improved a lot about it. I only got to play like 30 or so minutes of it because I just want to kind of step in for a video series I might start soon. But yeah, really, really impressed with some of the changes in that. So again, that's a game that plays well to me. So I'm pretty happy I picked it up. Big things this week though. That's kind of like all the stuff I only played for a little bit. Old Hunters DLC for Bloodborne. I finished it. It's funny, I was talking to Tony earlier this week, and he was like, so is it worth it? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, how much have you played? I'm like, 8 hours. He's like, it's weird. If you played that much of it, you don't know if it's worth it yet. Which is, he was right. But it is worth it. Having done everything, there's a bunch of optional stuff that you can do a little bit later. Having done all that stuff now, I can say for sure it's worth it. I'm going to write a review about it. I like it a lot. It's cool because there are 5 bosses in it, so it's not like a ton of stuff. But there are kind of 4 mainline bosses and 1 hidden optional boss. So that's like kind of like a little bit of Demon Souls or Souls Bloodborne-esque stuff in there already. And there are like 4 major side quests that are kind of like hidden throughout. And it's not like the original Bloodborne where you just kind of kill certain hunters and then you get badges and then you can buy those hunters' weapons from the store. The quests actually like lead you to all the new weapons. So you can only get all the new weapons, save for a couple that you do have to buy, but you can only get all of them if you find them in the world. So that's actually really cool. So stuff like the bow, sword, and like the boom hammer and stuff you find in the world, and it's really cool. So I would say maybe 8 to 10 hours of content total. If that seems like not enough for you for a Bloodborne expansion, then maybe veer away from it. But if you like Bloodborne, you're doing yourself a disservice by not doing this, because this is some of the most challenging, rewarding content in the game for sure. That final boss is fucking insane. It felt more like I was like, it felt like I was fighting Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2 all over again. That was the comparison I kept coming back to in my head. Very, very specific, very dangerous. A lot of things that can fuck you up pretty much right away. And it's going to take a lot of tries to get good at it. So
specifically Sephiroth and not Terra.
I was thinking the difference between Terra, I would say it has similarities to both. The fight changes.
Terra, your hardest one that you ever fought, though.
Terra is definitely
the hardest. Is that like the highest that you've ever fought as far as a boss?
Yeah, Terra's the top, right?
Okay.
He is the marker to measure by. Sephiroth is a lot easier for me now, but like by comparison to Terra, he's a lot easier. There are aspects of this Bloodborne fight though, like the fight completely changes when you hit the halfway mark, and that like it completely changes. Like basically, you're fighting a whole other thing, and it has like similar structure of moves, but the things that you have to do are way different. And it's much, much harder. Like, so that's kind of more apt to compare to Sephiroth, like when he like goes into fucking no fucks around mode and starts full sprint at you. Like that's kind of the comparison. It's a lot more like, hey, let's get way, way, way more aggressive, and there's no room for bullshit. If you fuck up, you're probably gonna die. Like that's how this fight goes down. And there are very few fights in Bloodborne that are like that. But you know, if you're good at the game, if you're good at exploiting the dodge and using the weapons and understanding the systems, you'll be all right. So I beat it the other day, finally, after attempting for 2 hours straight. So it was very satisfying.
Okay, good.
Very good fight. So I recommend it. The other thing I sunk a lot of time into this week is Tomb Raider. I put maybe 7 or 8 hours into it. Finally got to really sink my teeth into it. I'm about 25% way through according to the menu. So I'm a quarter of the way through. Hopefully I have plenty more chomping at the bit with that. God, that game's good.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing's really changed for me so far. I got a different bow, and I have a assault rifle now, and I have rope arrows and stuff. But I'm still in Siberia, to give you a reference, Nabishin.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just it's just so good. It's just like there's a quality of gameplay to that game that I just really like. You know, hunting around, doing side quests, dumping stuff in the skill tree. It's really good. Like when I was talking to the person I did their top 10 game of the year podcast with, it was on his list as well this past week. You know, I compared it and he agreed that it's kind of small scale Far Cry 3 or Far Cry 4 environments, right? So you're hunting animals, getting hides, using that to build better weapons and equipment. But it's small series of sandboxes instead of one big one. And I like that. That's kind of that controlled dosage of that kind of stuff is exactly what I would want out of a Far Cry instead of just here's an infinite world, because I'm kind of over that. Stuff like Witcher pulls it off because there's a focused areas where there's a lot of story and character, right? And stuff like Metal Gear pulls it off because you have missions and there's structure, but I'm kind of over here's a sandbox. That's why I have no interest in Just Cause 3.
Right.
Because it's here's just a big world to play with. It's that's not really my speed. That's why I didn't play Far Cry 4 either. So, but Tomb Raider really, it's the perfect balance of linear and open for me. And I definitely pulls it off so much better than I think it's been getting credit for. So big ups. So I think I'm about to exit Siberia now, Mishin. How much time do you think I have left for that game?
What percent are you?
25%.
Maybe well, it's hard because I didn't really move on until I did everything in the area, or everything that I could do in the area. So for me, it was probably like 8 more hours, but I don't know, it might be shorter for you.
That's not bad though. It would probably be on the longer end of 8 more hours. Okay, I'd like to finish that before the end of the year, but I definitely played enough of it to know that I love it.
Story sticking with you?
I'm still into it. I got to that first twist.
That twist.
Fucking bullshit. Like fuck you.
I barely even know you.
I don't really know you, but you seem like a jerk. But yeah, that was good. I like that. Very much the Constantine guy reminds me a lot of Lazarevich. Is that weird? From Uncharted 2?
They're similar, but like I think Lazarevich is a better person as far as he's more of a threatening villain, but
Yeah.
I guess Constantine's more fleshed out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Has more motivation.
Yeah, I played a fuck ton of Yoshi's Woolly World. A metric shitload.
When
Brandt
did you have
watched
the
me play
time?
some.
It's very fun.
What did you say?
When did you have the time?
Today when we were waiting for the podcast, and I think like right when I got back, like Monday night, I just like laid down. I'm like, I need Yoshi, and God, that game is. I'm at the point where like the difficulty is definitely going up, and there's some like they did some really cool stuff with the yarn, like I'm sure they did in Kirby as well. Like there's like a chain chomp that's like made out of a wireframe, right? So it's bouncing around because it's really lightweight. So it'll follow you around. So it'll follow you, like, it'll jump a little bit up, like, small jumps. So, like, then you can throw a yarn ball at it, and it, like, wraps the yarn around it, and then becomes, like, a big, heavy chain chomp ball. But it's just a ball that you can push around through obstacles. But it has, like, a little bow in it, so you can use your tongue to unravel it and then make it that loose wireframe again. So you're kind of, like, alternating between like the yarn ball chain chomp and the wireframe chain chomp to get them up and around obstacles. It's just really clever, and it works really well. It's just like they use like a whole level with that mechanic, and it was like, and then like they haven't revisited it since, but it was just really, really interesting moment to moment in that level. So it really has that Nintendo quality to it, and there's no slouch in that regard. Also played a whole bunch of Splatoon, so. That game's fucking dope.
Yep.
So I'm trying to think anything else I didn't mention. No, it was a good week for video games. Stuff I definitely want to go back to is like Tales of Zestiria, play a little bit more Destiny, Fallout.
How's the series holding for you?
It's so good. Like I go back and forth between like, man, I should really get Tomb Raider and Fallout done out of the way so I can like sink my teeth into something else. And I just want to play Tales of Zestiria. But like now I'm like, I was sick the other day, and anytime I'm sick and want to play like a long game, I'm like, man, I should really play Okami. I'm like, that's 40 hours I cannot spare right now.
I need to finish that game.
Yeah, you should. But it's like, man, I'd love to play that right now, but there is no time. I just need to focus in on the games from this year right now, and I think
definitely.
First week of January though, I'm just gonna take off my pants and.
Oh fuck! Speaking of games this
it.
year, I fucking played Yakuza 5, like the first hour of it. There's
Hell
definitely
yeah,
something there's something that's definitely something I can't finish this year, but like it's totally one of those games again. Like I'm so pumped up to play it again, but it's just like, man, I just don't have time for it right now.
Yeah, we got a lot of games we got to look at before we get to the end of this. So, you've been streaming also, Nabish, and you've been playing some video games. The best of 2015. So.
Yeah, I haven't done too much lately. I just did like pretty much once, and I was like, man, I should do the rest of those, and I just never got around to it.
Yeah, maybe more of those. Maybe more me doing some of those. Maybe I'll stream Undertale if I can get it to work.
You can get it to work
if I can. I don't know yet. I'd have to test
I thought you were saying like something was wrong with your laptop or something. Okay.
Undertale runs fine, but it's like the streaming part. Trying to think anything else. Yeah, that's all I got. Let's News.
News.
Brant, vamp about yourself.
So it was a 4.5 hour drive down.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. I drove down. I listened to some holiday themed music. I have a nice holiday music playlist.
Now here's a question for you, Brant.
Oh,
Like,
I'd love to hear it.
do you?
It's okay. Continue. What?
You just totally wrote the flow. Why is there no more? Why don't you think we don't have new holiday like music? Why is it always that we always go back to classics and like just remix the classics? Why can't we just like, let's like make new Christmas songs?
Make a new Christmas. I think that certainly happens, but I don't think that they're as popular.
Does it happen though? Because like I just swear I just hear nothing but remixes.
Or a single of a popular Christmas tune. Ariana Grande, I think, has an album that came out recently. Taylor Swift put out a Christmas EP a few years ago.
Sure. Okay.
Nah, I didn't say Ariana Grande put out an album. I just said if she did, I would listen to it.
No, but she has a version of Baby It's Cold Outside. I think she put out an album.
I love that song. That's my favorite.
And I think because it takes people back. I think it's like a nostalgic trip. And for a long time, holiday music was kind of locked in this vacuum. It was like soundtracks to certain things, like all those Rankin Bass, like stop motion fucking TV specials from 1965, or the Peanuts Christmas special.
Sure.
But there are some new ones. I listened to an album of new Christmas music that came out recently. The artist is Nick Lowe, and he is, oh my goodness, I cannot remember. It says like something Season's Greetings or something like that, and he had a couple of original tunes in addition to, of course, some standbys. But
Okay.
I think it's just hard to you only listen to holiday music or Christmas music or whatever type of music like 1 month a year. So
Okay,
you
yeah,
wanna spend that time.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, I guess this is a better question. Like, why is none of the newer stuff memorable? Like probably the most like if you think about like what's like the latest like memorable like holiday song, like Mom Getting Ran Over by a Reindeer or something, like that's like the
Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer is memorable.
That is memorable.
but like that was like what 30, 40 years ago, maybe even longer than that.
It's like self-fulfilling prophecy, right? We want to make memorable Christmas music, but then when we listen to it, we just prefer the older Christmas music, so then we just don't make more memorable Christmas music.
It's also like those songs are so fucking good. Like, imagine getting up in the morning and being like, you have to have some like pretty, like, you gotta have some big balls, you gotta have some big old chops to say like, fuck Jingle Bells. Listen to this shit. Jangle Jogs, or whatever the hell you're putting up. I think it's really hard, and I think that the fact that you only listen to Christmas music, holiday music for like 3 weeks to 1 month out of the year limits the amount of time that people want to spend on new stuff, and you want to get the warm fuzzies. But I think that there is something about different versions of Christmas songs, or again holiday songs or whatever, by artists that you like, that can resonate. So like, Baby It's Cold Outside is a song that I actually enjoy it.
I love that. That's my favorite Christmas song.
Hey, there you go. And there are like a bajillion versions of that song, and sometimes, there's a traditional or canonical version, but I think it is kind of nice or good when one of your favorite artists covers one of those songs, because now you can attribute, this is my version, in the same way that people ascribe like there are a zillion versions of Batman in the comics and in the movies, etc. And you say, that may be my my Batman is the Batman from Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
right.
Every
Same
other
here.
Batman doesn't
Same here.
exist. Like those are just
They're all
false,
fake fucking Batman.
Those are just some people in some fucking suits.
Suck on an egg, Christopher Nolan.
Right, exactly. You and your ivory tower made of dollars. But yeah, you know what? I'll write one, and I'll send it to you, Dog. One of these days,
Sounds good.
I'm gonna write you a Christmas song, and I'll be like, this one goes out to a very special young man who wanted something for Christmas. It's gonna be in your stocking.
Oh, Jesus. Let's talk about some news.
Sure.
News in gaming. News happened.
Nope.
So well, okay, never mind. Also, what you guys should listen to what I did with the audio last week in regards to your attempts at news and gaming theme. It was pretty good. I added some vocal effects to Nabashin making the music.
Man, we did good.
I cut in some John Cena.
Oh yeah, man, that was great.
I cut in some actual John Cena, not the recording from Tony's phone.
I think that should be the new theme.
The John Cena theme.
Yabadoo.
Nope. So last week you guys talked about the Game Awards and PSX. A few things you guys omitted because you went away from me to be here. Kojima. Oh, daddy.
Yeah, right? That was a thing that happened.
That was awesome. I mean, like, not what Konami did.
I am in Konami's camp on this one.
But fucking Jeff Keighley not giving a fuck, man. Holy shit.
I feel like that's what he does on a constant basis, though.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Jeff Keighley's got clout, but goddamn, like that was an impressive move. Do you remember this shit, Brandt?
I do, and actually, I would have been with you had I not listened to another great podcast, the 8-4 Play podcast. They're a podcast based in Japan. Mm-hmm. They're a localization team, and they were talking about how like they actually a bunch of them are former EGM writers and one-up people, and they ended up partnering with people to make this localization studio. Anyway, so they were talking about the way that things work actually in Japan and how like agreements do run. Like this isn't so weird for them. So like Jeff Keighley dropped the mic, but like Kojima probably was like not couldn't legally show up, and he knew that and all sorts of other stuff. So it seemed like it was less of a. I think what Jeff Keighley did was like the ultimate fucking mic drop moment.
Yeah, oh totally.
But then behind the scenes, it's probably like, nah, it's like everybody.
Hey, this is the way things
cool.
are. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's just the way things are, but they're not like that in the States.
Yeah, like my theory that I was positing, and you might have a little bit more insight since you heard what they were saying. My theory that I was putting out there is that Kojima is probably still technically employed with Konami because he's under a contract that he signed. Like he's still an employee of Konami.
I think through like December 20th.
Yeah, like so he can't, and like he has to abide by the rules of whatever contract it is. So if the contract says like he can't represent Konami in a public fashion, then he wouldn't have been able to accept the reward. Or like if the contract says like you can represent Konami depending on what they want, and a Konami executive said we don't want you representing us right now until the end of your contract is over, and since Metal Gear is like a Konami product, like it's just like he's bound by his contract because he's still an employee there, so that's why like he would have been in violation of contract if he did go and accept it and they told him not to.
The only thing like I could see them maybe like a little hold into that is like, like when someone gets an award or stuff like that, usually they're like, if they can't make it there, there's usually like even a video. Just like, it's like, oh, thank you for my award, and like blah 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 blah. Like you could have Konami like monetize that so you can make whatever PR bullshit you want to say or everything like that. So like he couldn't even get that. So
yeah, I mean like that's definitely weird. That could just be like a Japanese cultural thing. Like that could be like a weird thing. But I don't know. Like I get it, like the whole fuck Konami thing. But like Jeff Gerstmann talked about it on the Bombcast this week. It's just like they're a company that doesn't. They're moving out of video games, right? So like they're kind of a safe, easy target right now. It's like you can say fuck Konami all you want, but like it's not going to change anything. Like Kojima's contract will end with them. He will then be no longer an employee of Konami, I assume. And then he'll go off and do whatever. He'll probably start a studio or something, or just take some fucking time off to chill. And then we'll move on. Like Konami will continue to make pachinko machines and health lounges or health spas or whatever.
Hey,
and
remember when everybody hated EA like 5 years ago and like
2 years ago?
But like I'm saying, worst company in America, and they're still doing the same shit that they've been doing like since then. So it's like they didn't change either. So
yeah, I mean, like I definitely still subscribe to the whole EA thing was hyperbole, but Konami's just gonna move on and they don't care anymore. They're a safe target, so like I get the whole hashtag fuck Konami thing, and I think I just worth saying like I definitely look at all of these kind of things from the perspective of, well, this is a business, so kind of like get over it, but not like that crass, I would say, but. So like I
keep that
don't
in mind later on.
Yeah, don't think of me as like looking at it from like your guys are overreacting or whatever. It's just like it's a business, and like this was like there was a contract involved, and like that's why this happened. Like I said a few months ago, like the whole reports about how Konami was treating its workers was definitely like super fucked. Like not okay. I'm not backpedaling on that at all. But yeah, it's just like it's an unfortunate reality. It was just great that Kojima was like, I think it's unacceptable that he can't accept the reward, and Jeff Keighley was just fucking drop the mic and walk away.
I mean, it's definitely one of those cultural things that like us as Americans just don't understand, and just like it seems so foreign to us, but like for them it's just the daily life.
Yeah.
It's just literally just that. So I understand it. It's still kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Like, it's clear that Keighley really wanted Kojima to be there to accept his reward because they're buds. Nabishin, yes.
Did I say something like that last week?
Not last week, but the week before. And also, you guys said you wanted to wait to talk about Greg Miller's speech.
Yep.
The Mill speech.
That was a really good fucking speech.
Absolutely.
It definitely it hit me right in my feels. I actually wrote something. Yeah, big surprise, Nabishin. Go ahead and laugh. It's fine. I can take it. I actually I wrote something about it. Because like it was really good that the person that the people like put up there, like, say what you will about the fucking trending gamer award, yay or nay, like, voted stuff, like, I definitely saw a lot of people like PewDiePie could have like tweeted out twice and like totally won, right? But he didn't. He chose not to, I guess. And
he doesn't care.
Maybe he probably just doesn't care, or maybe he couldn't make it out to Los Angeles or something, like,
He was lower in on that voting. It's like it was like Total Biscuit was number 2, and I believe he was like probably like number 3 or 4.
Yeah, I mean, like, say what you will about it, like, it's cool that somebody that people voted for went up there and said what they said. Like, regardless of who it is, taking the bias out of it, like, it's cool that the person who is quote unquote representing the gamers said
Actually
like
represented them.
Like actually represented them in a positive way. That's like, hey, let me take this time to thank the people that really fucking put in the work. And like, that's cool. It was really powerful. On the bias end of it, Greg Miller fucking killed it. And I told him, I looked him in the eye and I said, I'm real proud of you. He just laughed. So
I don't need your sympathy.
Yeah, he said fuck you, and they slapped me across the face. No. What do you think of it, Nabishin?
Oh, it was great. It was really definitely invokes everything like that I've stood for since like doing this podcast, or even like when I try to talk about video games in general. It's like sure I like to do the sure, I think it's funny to do like worst game of the year during a game of the year show, just because I think it's a funny thing to say. But like, I obviously appreciate like anybody who takes the effort to make a video game. Like, it's a very thankless job, and like I guess something like Kojima Production, his name is like all over that thing. But he's not the only person who makes Metal Gear Solid 5. So, just even having a little bit of recognition is like no matter how little it is, that's like probably the biggest thing in the world for them. So I think that's great.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, it is a thankless job, and it's tough, and it's good. It's fucked up that personalities in the games industry get so much more attention than the people that actually make the games. Like, I think we all know that that's kind of messed up. Shout out to Nicole.
You can't wait to be one of those people right now.
Yeah, can't wait to just fucking sell my soul for attention.
Life is Strange 2, very disappointing.
God damn it. It's going to be Walking Dead all over again. It's going to be a dark future. Tony, Scott, did you guys have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, he's did a great job with the speech, and I felt like it might have been a little, like a hair too long, but other than that, it was good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Scott?
Along the same lines.
As always. True to form, Scott and Tony think alike.
Okay, now I'm on a blank on this one.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe it was a mistake to wait a week to discuss Scott's this one.
Scott is Tony. Thinks like Tony. Agree. Cool.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Scott.
Oh,
Yeah,
Upset him.
We'll have to move on.
you have your own opinion. I know. You're not just Tony. If anything, Tony's just Scott. Like, let's be
Yeah,
real here.
that's the real thing.
Um,
It's real words.
Yeah, it was great. I thought also as a show, the Game Awards was really great. Just like very, simple. There was still some dumb shit in there, but like very straightforward. Musical performance didn't suck, and yeah, it was good. It was like a good award show. It was boring, and like I feel like when the Game Awards becomes boring, it's like okay, we've made it. We finally made it.
Oh yeah, those world premieres like other than Psychonauts 2 is just not where it needs.
Telltale's
where it
making a
usually is.
Batman game, guys. Fuck Marvel, apparently. Jesus.
Yeah, but
They're doing both, man. They're doing like 5 games. You know that.
They'll scoop up whatever property.
I think it's I was putting the theory out there that I think it's a Dark Knight Returns Batman game because of the ears, the small ears. So it's my theory. Just put it out there.
Yes, the ears make the world of difference.
Exactly. Post PSX. By the way, I will say, just want to quickly say, I was in the room when that press conference was going on. So it was the first time I actually got to kind of view a big-ish press conference. Obviously on the smaller side, but really cool to kind of get the reactions. People were fucking losing their minds when Final Fantasy VII was shown.
Yep.
I was a little scared because people. It was like I imagined the Kingdom Hearts 3 announcement, and either it's like people like standing up, screaming. I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck!" But that was like awesome to see, like, 'cause it was ridiculous. People lost it. But I was gonna say the biggest thing, like that actually like gave me chills in that press conference was like the resounding positive reaction to Ni no Kuni 2, which I always considered like a very niche game. Like it's like, man, Scott and I like this game. Brandt does as well.
Fucking love that game.
Brandt's like the only other person I've met that's finished that game.
Jesus, it was so fucking worth it. I remember where I was when I
That
did
ending
game.
is great too.
Yeah, it's real.
It's real as fuck. Scott, hey, finish that game. But
Maybe.
like just there was like huge groups of people just standing and applauding, like a groundswell reaction that I was not expecting. It was like, wow, like I feel like it was the only time I'm like, my people, like people who love JRPGs. Finally, I found them.
And then you led them through the desert.
Yeah, let my people go. But yeah, it was a great moment just for me. It was so cool to see other people excited about Ni no Kuni 2, like this very niche JRPG. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII was announced later this week, or later that weekend, like right after PSX ended, that it will be a multi-part release, quote unquote, which has been just the internet has gone fucking ballistic this entire week. Oh my goodness. I've never seen like children turn to wolves, like children in a candy store turn to wolves attacking everyone so quickly. Like, oh, we're so happy we get to see the game. It's like, what the fuck is this? So
Wait, why are wolves in a candy store?
well, like the children that were in the candy store were happy.
But why would they turn into wolves though?
They turned to wolves. It was a metaphor for how the people who were happy about Final Fantasy VII immediately became dangerous and angry about
Why
it.
can't you just say they went like sugar free, or they went there, or they went vegan or something?
I don't know. Wolves like candy too. They went vegan or something.
Jesus.
So yeah, basically, we don't know anything other than like anything specifically other than quote unquote multi-part series. We don't know if that means it's episodic, though it kind of sounds like it. We don't know what that means as far as release, although they were saying like this means they could start releasing the game much earlier, which would be indicative of like them having kind of gameplay a year after it was announced. So like, or just 6 months after it was announced. But like, in that room when I was looking at it, like it looked like kind of a tech demo, like what that gameplay was. It looked, pretty rough, very early, which is fine. Like that's normal, To put it out there, I'm a little disappointed that they're foregoing the original combat system for like action combat system, but I'm gonna like it. I was talking to a few people. This is like my opinion is like this inherently isn't going to be Final Fantasy VII. It'll be a new 7. Hopefully the same story, but it'll like the core values of that, the core tenets of that will be gone, and that's okay. It'll be a new experience. So it'll be new to both me, someone who loves the original game, and Namashin, who can finally play it. Because it has action combat, finally.
And it doesn't have Popeye arms.
And it doesn't have Popeye arms. It looks like real people with spiky hair. But yeah, I mean, Namashin, what did you think of this multi-part release nonsense?
It's like, honestly, it's like whatever for me. Not as whatever as far as like, oh, I don't care, but like whatever as far as like get it out as, just like
Get it out.
pretty much, yes, just get it out.
like just put something out. Okay?
You're
Release
doing-
the damn thing.
You're doing like you have 2 other games that you announced, like, well, one of them you announced almost 10 years ago, if not more, and then you have this other game that's like like that's taking forever as well, which is Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15. And it's just like, they're both gonna be massive, they're both gonna be similar RPGs, and it's just like with Final Fantasy 7, people know that story and people know what they're getting out of it, and or more of the beats of what that story is. So like I'm hoping like there's something that you can just actually just get out sooner, because it's like what you're aiming for. You have like something to base your stuff off of. It's not something completely new like a Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 15. So like yeah, like I think like they just needed to like get it while it's hot, get it while the iron is hot. Like you have this fanfare for since you announced it at E3, and people didn't even think it was even as close as what you showed it at PSX. So like if you get it out even earlier, you could get the maximum profits from that. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah, totally. Like, capitalize on what you got. The zeitgeist is there. People are excited. They want this. They've wanted this. And like some other people have been saying, like if it ends up being kind of in an episode format, you can just wait until all the episodes are out, and then it doesn't sound like they're cutting stuff from the game. It sounds like you just wait, and then you'll have access to the full Final Fantasy VII experience. They're still calling it the remake. They're not calling it like the highlights or the highlight reel or whatever.
it's basically like Resident Evil remake on the GameCube. Like,
yeah.
it's just something that's like bringing it somewhat more of the modern age, as far as like controls and what it looks like, and even adding new content to it. So it's just a similar story. You still get the same story beats. It's just like just to get new content and a better looking one. Just bringing it more in the modern sense of age. Because like I played that old game, and yeah, you should make a new one of those.
Yeah, I mean, like, and they're outsourcing most of the development, not all of it, but it sounds like CyberConnect 2 is dealing with a lot of the gameplay.
They know how to make games. Asura's Wrath. What up?
Yeah, they made Asura's Wrath. Come on, guys, fucking recognize. But like they're also like outsourcing like graphics and CG and stuff to other development houses, and they're doing stuff internally as well. I was reading a few different articles about it. Like it's all over the place. So that means like they're spreading development out to a lot of places so we can move faster. Like they want to, like, I think Square Enix is maybe actually starting to take some of that feedback of like, why does it fucking take you forever to make a game? Like, why is this a problem? Because you look at fucking Ubisoft has a bunch of development houses all over the country, and they're putting out an Assassin's Creed game every year. What are you doing, Square Enix? And also they're a publishing house. Like, as a publisher, they might have learned a lot from the Life is Strange release. Like, that was an episodic game that actually did really, really well. And it might have done well because of its episodic format. And, like, I don't think it's safe to discredit that and be like, oh, no, that was Square Enix West. Like, no, that was Square Enix. They're a publisher as much as they are a developer. Like, they look at these numbers as, like, a publishing platform. And if they see that did well for them, they might want to try it with other franchises. Should they do it with Final Fantasy VII? Probably not. I don't think so. But, like, again, it's about getting that game out.
And I think like they've been learning a lot lately. Like people criticize them about like they're releasing like a patch for the demo for Final Fantasy 15, but like it's like more of like, hey, we're listening to our fan base and we're trying to get like we're trying to learn from, because like Japan's very closed off from like as far as like feedback, they're more like in a closed room and it's like just make a game and that's it. For them to like actually like go out and try to seek feedback for like their video games is actually like showing that they're learning something and like trying to like improve for what they are.
Yeah.
Like,
Even if it
like
can,
games like Bravely Default, like they just did that because people wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted like a traditional like JRPG, and they made a game like that, and it was a huge success for them. So they're trying to do something like that again.
yeah, and even if it is like maybe like a little misplaced, like the patch for like the demos, like whatever, like maybe that's something they want to kind of test in that safe environment. The changes that they're gonna make, you know, maybe that's it, and like that's just it's a safe place for them to try that. So, they're trying. Like this could be a step in the right direction for them, but either way, it's way too soon to freak out. Like I definitely I got a bad taste when I heard it first, but like when I actually looked at the press release, I'm like, well, this doesn't really say much. So there's a lot more information we need to hear.
Wait till it's actually a thing before you freak out.
Yeah, wait till we know what the initial part is going to be, like the initial release is going to be. Then we can have an idea of what the following releases will be. So chill.
It's just a matter of like I guess like people are worrying about like what the cliffhanger is for the next episode.
Yeah, I was saying like there could be really great cliffhangers in this though, especially for people who've never played Final Fantasy VII before.
Shouldn't it be like? Wouldn't you think it would just be like wouldn't it just be splitting up like the way the discs are?
It can be. I mean, those discs are really big, is the thing. But it's totally possible. I'm trying to think where the first disc. I know where the second one ends, but I'm trying to think where the first disc ends when a specific character dies. So,
Who, Aerith?
yeah, spoilers. Whole new crop of people gonna get that spoiled for them again.
Oh, she comes back in this one, didn't you hear?
Yeah. Paid DLC, $20. Aerith
Oh
lives.
no! That is the darkest timeline.
I loved seeing like those responses. I'm like, man, people are fucking overreacting. Yeah, like I'm back and forth with this. I don't think they should do this with 7. But like again, it's
Quick side note.
we'll see. What's up?
She dies that early in the game?
Yes, I would say she is dead for more of the game than she is for when she's alive.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, there are a lot of beats in that game.
That game's fucking really long.
Yeah, it's real sad.
It's really long. It's about 70 hours long. So, and I see the criticism of like saying Final Fantasy VII isn't as big as The Witcher or something like that. But I think it is in a different way, especially if you want to rebuild everything from the ground up in a lot of detail and make all the city environments like actual big like environments you can explore.
And if you really think about it, too, Japanese RPGs are way different from Western RPGs. So where Western RPGs worry about more of the stuff and can be like janky at times, like Japanese RPGs, they're like polished and super polished to the point that like I can't even remember like a bug. Like you don't see something like glitching out like you see in The Witcher 3 or like even Fallout, like something like Final Fantasy 10. So like I don't know.
That's super true. I want to know what's going to happen in the world map.
Yep.
Don't fuck with me on this. You better keep that world map in there. That's one thing that might genuinely upset me because like all video games have gotten away from world maps.
I don't like that.
And it hurts me. Like when the best thing about Bravely Default is the fact that it has a world map. Made me so excited. We'll see. We shall see. Brandt, do you have any opinions about the Final Fantasy VII multi-part release?
I'm excited to play it. That's about it.
All right. I assume Tony and Scott don't care.
I'm gonna play it, 100%.
I mean, I expect you guys will play it, but I just like the care about the multi-part.
I mean, it's not my preferred method of playing video games. But I'm not gonna sit here and rant about it.
Yeah. Scott?
Kind of the same way on that one. Say not
You are the
exactly.
same people, aren't you?
We are.
But it's mostly because it's not like I'm
Aching to play it right now.
like dying to play
right.
Final
It's
Fantasy.
not like
VII.
I'm dying to play it right this
Not like
second.
Eris, am I right?
So
Are you gonna play Final Fantasy VII, Scott?
maybe. Good chance.
All right, I'll take those odds. I'd love it if all of you played it.
I mean, like, I was gonna just play the old version, and then they like announced that they were doing the new version. I was like, well, now I don't have to, so I'm waiting for that.
I'm probably gonna get that PC port and play that. So
Didn't you get that
I've
PC
actually
port?
I've been kind of wanting the PC port to PS4.
No, I thought you got the PC port.
I do have the PC port, but I want
you didn't-
to
you
get
didn't beat it,
trophies.
Oh,
I got to the final boss and I stopped playing it, like I do like with television shows. I'll just get to the last episode and I'll just stop watching.
like you did for Persona 4.
Yeah. Well, no, that was more of like that happened because I lost a lot of progress because of a death, and then I like rage quit. But when I went back to it, I finished it. So, all right, NPDs. Scott, do you want to read a list for me?
Some impids.
Not really.
Yeah. Well, do you want?
Why do you make me do this, man?
Because
I'll read it.
Brant can read it.
We're doing it from the
Damn.
bottom up.
I'm kidding. I was buying time for opening the thing.
He needs it, Brant. Don't take it away from him.
Jesus. My God, he's.
That
Like
being
fucking
said, I'm
Letterman.
still buying time.
Okay. I mean,
So
like
predictions.
in predictions. I'm
Yeah,
looking
okay.
at
About
What
the
have you got
NPDs,
this
I'm
month?
staring at the list.
Yeah, right. Let me predict. I think I know what number 1 is.
I think I know what number 2 is, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Hashtag kind of funny. No,
Man, the plugs.
NPDs are North American retail sales, not downloadable. It does not include downloadable.
I promise you, Alex, they're doing fine. They don't need your plugs on our show.
It was just a joke.
I know.
Jesus, let it go.
And
go.
when stalling is over.
Okay.
We can get this over with.
Scott, give me the list from the bottom to the top.
All right, at number 10 we have Just Dance 2016.
Woo!
At number 9 we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Woo!
At
I had to
8 we
consider
have
that
Halo
too.
5 Guardians.
No machine? Yeah.
What?
As expected.
At 7 we have Need for Speed. At 6 we have FIFA 16.
Cool.
Europe.
Europe.
It's NPDs, North American.
Yeah, get that shit out of
Yeah,
here.
but European people like side. Let's just keep moving.
At number 5, NBA 2K16. At number 4, Madden NFL 16.
Jesus.
Number 3, Star Wars Battlefront.
Another sports game.
Number 2, Fallout 4. And at number 1, Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Funny thing, NPDs list off in the parentheses. They list off the consoles it was sold for, but they also list off from left to right the best selling on what console and the worst selling. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 sold best on Xbox One in November.
Mm-hmm.
After
surprise.
all that work that Sony put in, which is crazy. But what you gonna do? Fallout 4 sold best on PS4. Battlefield
That
sold
kinda
best on
surprised me.
PS4. Yeah, that is kind of a surprise.
I guess no one cares about mods first.
Yeah, and I guess it's not like in a lot of people's thoughts right now. Battlefront sold better on PS4 than Xbox One, but
No surprise there.
still Xbox One the only one with an exclusive on this list, as opposed to last month, which had exclusive on all the lists.
Was Halo last month as well? I think that was the top last month, right?
Yeah, it was the top last month.
Okay.
Oh, can we just observe the fact that Just Dance 2016 sold the best on the Wii?
I was just gonna gloss over that.
That's true. Wii and then Wii U, and then 360, and worst on PS3. It's so fascinating. Let me see what other stuff happened here.
No Rise of the Tomb Raider on the list.
Yeah, no Rise of the Tomb Raider on the list.
If they thought it sold badly before,
Hardware sales were $1.12 billion up, or were down. Broken down by category. Hardware sales were that's just in general. It's 11% up from last year, which was 1.02.
there were some crazy Black Friday deals.
Yeah, but that's still crazy that on Black Friday hardware is still selling better than it did last year. Software clocked in at almost just shy of $1 billion, which was a 7% decline from software sales last year. But peripherals grew 6%. Joy to the amiibo world. So just
Amiibo world.
take that one in there. Think about this phrasing, Brandt, for me.
I'm closing my
Phrasing.
eyes. I'm imagining.
Cloud amiibo. Those are two words that are
Like a Lakitu?
like a Lakitu. No, like Cloud from Final Fantasy VII and the word amiibo.
Why you make me distressed?
That's such a crazy combination of words.
You could put two words next to each other just to make it real. It's like me and love.
Oh!
Damn.
November 2015 has come from our good friend Liam Callahan. "Quote unquote, November 2015 was the best month for Xbox One, PS4, and Wii U software ever, exceeding the second best month, December 2014, by 30. God damn.
Damn.
That's a huge jump. That was year after launch jump. So, quote unquote, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was the top title in November 2015 with sales exceeding that of its predecessor, Advanced Warfare. Fallout 4 performed extremely well, adjusting for days within data this month. This was the best Fallout launch in the history of the franchise, having sold over 70% more units than Fallout New Vegas and 9% more units than Fallout 3. In fact, Fallout 4's launch is more comparable with the Bethesda Softworks' other successful launch of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. That makes it sound like it did not sell as well as Skyrim, but it's comparable to that.
Install base, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's probably it. I mean, Elder Scrolls is just a longer running series with Bethesda, so. Yeah, that's kind of the important stuff, though. Cool. Video games are selling real well.
Good.
Do we know if PS4 outsold Xbox One?
Yes.
I mean,
Combined with the PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U was over 3 million consoles.
Damn.
That month.
That's a lot.
PlayStation 4 sold an egregious amount of consoles so far.
Yeah, it's
over 30 million.
Yeah, it's kind of upsetting. It's ridiculous.
It is. That is crazy.
Worldwide, but still.
That is still an outrageous number.
Yes. I've got a question for all of you.
Sure.
How'd you like to hear from our good friend Silver PR?
Okay.
Sounds good.
News?
I like him.
That's it for news.
He's a cute guy.
Oh, I like that
Catchphrase.
you got me on my catchphrases.
It's the phrase that pays here on Irrational Passions.
We've got 2 voicemails from Silver PR. He did send one for you guys last week, so let's dive into that one.
Alright guys, hope we are here. Woo! The crazies are running the asylum! Woo! How's everybody doing?
Woo! We were doing good.
A couple quickies, 50 minutes limit, whatever. The game.
What happened? Alex? Alex?
I think they're dead.
Yeah, I think they died.
Really ballsy and just going out of his way and saying that the whole Hideo Kojima saying that he wasn't available because lawyers and whatnot, just making Konami just look more and more horrible day by day.
There he goes again. That's him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Even though I know most of the announcements. Street Fighter V, that new character, Fang, whatever.
Fang.
I don't know what to think about it. It's kind of weird.
And this one was supposed to be for us.
I know. Text him. This is going-
Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my opinion by now. But I'm still eager to get the game on February 16th. They were talking about the whole way how content is going to be distributed or how the content can be reachable through fight money. That'll be like grinding it out like a motherfucker, or just buying Zenny and Paygate, the stuff you want. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do because I read the post and they were choosing the words kind of.
Sorry. My internet's freaking out.
It's going great.
Is it am I better now?
You're good now.
Okay.
It was like 3
Yeah.
times. He just dropped off entirely.
By the way,
Okay.
yeah, characters can be reached by fight money and post-release content, but there was a word in premium, and I wonder if the stuff that is premium cannot be reachable by Fight Money, but by Zenny. You know, I don't mind giving them my money for some stuff because I want to support this game. I mean, I want Street Fighter V to grow and prosper. So, but they're choosing the words nicely, and I don't know. But I mean, the proof will be in the pudding, and let's see what happens when the game releases in February. Maybe they give details later on and just answer our questions. But that's all for me, guys. It's pretty much what it is. I'm on my way home, so have a fun one. Have a happy Saturday if you're posting this. Anyway, WPR signing out. Love you guys. Bye.
That's interesting. I didn't notice about the premium stuff before.
Yeah, you could buy everything with the Fight Money, so that's good.
Okay. It's
Or
all
at least
good.
the characters. At least the characters I know.
The
Definitely.
characters, that's what matters.
All right, let's see.
Voicemail number 2 from this week. Back. Silver PR. I hope you remembered. Please remember me.
What up, guys? WPR here. On my way home.
Jesus.
On the back.
People are dying.
But if you hear him, that's fine. Nothing new to play this week. I just play more Ultra Street Fighter 4, getting a little bit better on the online, and Far Cry 4. That I'm I'm like 70% on the way to finishing it. And I just got one thing to say: Honey Badger don't give a shit.
Honey Badgers don't care.
Badger don't give a shit. And it's small Far Cry. I mean, having a shit ton of fun with it. That's it. I've been wondering about these games that are releasing, and they're attached to season passes and whatnot, and they say that the full game is gonna cost you like now.
Sorry. It's freaking out.
How much is the full game going to cost you now?
They're they're attached to season passes and whatnot, and they say
I had to rewind back to there.
that the full game is gonna cost you like now $100 or whatnot. And Rainbow Six Siege came out recently, and it's getting a bad rep because the content in it it's not substantial, and then there's some grinding to do to get some characters unlocked and whatnot, and you can pay for real money and whatnot, and to make less grindable. And it just makes me wonder, how 2016 is gonna be with some of these games. And Street Fighter 5, I'm so eagerly waiting for that, and it's gonna have something similar between, hey, you can get all this stuff for free just playing the game, or you can just use Zenny or the real money to get it. And but the game hasn't released yet. We don't know how the economy in it is going to be. And how the thing is, it's not. I'm not wondering what it's going to be when it comes. We'll know. But the thing is, what exactly is now a $60 game? What really is a $60 game? I think so many outlets out there are not measuring, or they're measuring on their own way what exactly a $60 game is. And I think we don't really know what it is, a $60 game these days. I know developing costs a lot these days, but I think some media outlets are not measuring a $60 game well. But that's my opinion. I don't know about you guys. It's something that's good for discussion because I think reviews are getting hit because they're measuring value over content, and I think that's okay. But I don't know. What do you think, guys? I'm right here in front of my house, so I'm just gonna leave you guys. Have a happy Saturday. I'll call you next week before Christmas. So LPR signing out.
Thank you, Silver PR. That's an interesting question. What is a $60 game anymore? Brandt.
Boy, I think Nintendo games are pretty good about not cramming DLC down your gullet to, unlock everything.
Yeah.
Yoshi's Woolly World isn't popping up any.
Any microtransaction prompts?
Right. It is a good question. I don't really buy a tremendous amount of microtransactions. The only things that I would consider would be DLC packs.
Yeah.
At that point, depending on what the pack is and when it comes out, I don't see it as like punitive. If it's something that it's later discovered was in the game and they just cut it out to charge later, that's a slap in the face of your fan base. But a $60 game, I don't know. I hope that there are more experiences like that that don't try to just trying to get you to pay more than you need to.
Yeah, it's a $60 game, Nabishin?
Do I know what a $60 game?
Yeah. The Witcher 3.
Oh, yes. I didn't know what you were trying to get at.
No, do you have any opinion on this?
Just something I've heard before, and like I kind of agree with this sentiment. Games are like pretty much cheaper than they've ever been before, if you really, really think about it, because like no one really pays for $60 games anymore, more or less, you could say, because like more kind of like in a week later there'll be like a Steam sale. There's chances that you can get like a secondhand key from like somebody else. There's Black Friday sales or flash sales on PSN and Xbox Live where you get the game for like $10, like I just did for the order. $60 games are it's the general standard that everyone's used to. That's why mostly everything comes out at $60. It's just like it's just something that we're just all accustomed to. No one really tries to fluctuate the how much a game really costs. Like Ratchet Clank is coming out for $40, which is a good price for it. I think that's worth $60, but like people their expectations are for I guess it's more of an expectation thing. Is what you want from a $60 game, which is pretty much just what you feel is a full package, which is why games like Titanfall and Evolve and even Rainbow Six Siege now is like it doesn't seem like that, because like it just focuses on the multiplayer, which is like a good multiplayer if it had a single player with it, but like if it's just a multiplayer that if it's just a multiplayer that you would get normally with a single player campaign, you would think you get twice the amount of multiplayer if it's just a plain multiplayer game, which is not what we're getting. So like that's the issue with those situations. Other rambling stuff, I kind of lost my thought, but that's the
it's tough. Like I feel like a lot of people try to attach like a time amount to value, like, and we've definitely done it here on the show before. Like, well, if it's $60 and it's shorter than 20 hours, then I don't want to spend $60 on it. Like
$1 1 hour.
Yeah, like the $1 1 hour philosophy. Me love you long time, make you happy. Like it's like $20 or $60 for 20 hours is like a $3 to an hour value proposition, right? And it's like some people that breaks down, like that makes sense. Some people are gonna get like the immediate 16 hours or whatever out of Tomb Raider, and then they'll be done with it. And they'll be like, I can't believe I spent $60 for that. Or some people are going to get like this 30 to 40 hour experience out of it where they're going and collecting everything and doing all the side quests, right? Some people are going to play Fallout 4 for 20 hours or 20 minutes. And some people are going to play for 300. Like, value is, or content, I think, is not something you can accurately project onto everyone. I mean, look at Scott and I with Ni no Kuni, right? He played a lot more of that game, but he never finished it. And I'll never let it go. But like you put hours and hours and hours into it, and I put like kind of like the standard 45-ish hours into it, and you probably put way more of that in there, right, Scott?
Around there, probably a little more at this point.
Yeah, but that you also have like a bunch left to do to finish the story out.
Yep.
So that means you would like in total maybe get like 60 or so hours out of it, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
But we were both happy with that experience for two like completely different reasons. We both got the value out of it, and the content there for us was worth that value, DLC or no. Do you have any thoughts on this, Scott? I'm curious.
Well, the thing about the value of a $60 game is that that's really only the staple for a retail game nowadays. And it's, I want to say, something that's chosen to be easy rather than something reflective of the game, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because because when Steam came along, that was the big change to the benefit of in the online market for it.
Yeah. And now, like, and because of it, like, because there's now an online market, you can have these dynamic price ranges.
Yep.
You can have games that launch at $15, but they might be worth way more than that.
Yep.
I mean, Scott and I are still getting like hours and hours and hours, and have gotten easily over like 3,000 total hours out of a 2-cent purchase that I made 5 years ago. So,
There you go.
Yep.
What game is that?
Minecraft was on sale for a penny each one day by accident.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought like 4 copies. One of them was my copy, and one of them is the one that I gave to Scott. And we have put a combined easily over 3,000 hours into Minecraft.
Yeah. And like that's value, right? Like Minecraft's like outside of it, it's like $20.
Yeah, even still, it's a $20 game.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. Value is what you make of it. $60 game is what you make of it.
Like-
Some people like love Call of Duty. They will spend $60 on it. They'll play the 5-hour campaign, and then some people just play the 5-hour campaign. They're happy. They don't even touch multiplayer.
Those people are weird. Listen,
Yeah.
listen. I can't really.
They got to know
say
what happens to
anything else.
soap.
They have to know what happens to Soap McTavish.
Soap only appears in a couple. Wait, isn't it just one game?
No,
It's,
he's the
it's-
through line. He's in every game.
He's in all the Modern Warfare games. So
Oh,
there you
Scott
go.
and I, like, most of the games we play aren't $60 to begin with.
A lot of the games I play aren't $60 to begin with.
I can't remember the last time I paid $60 for a game.
Yeah,
I
mean,
can. It was Destiny. Actually, no, it was Fallout, but I got it cheaper than $60.
Yeah, like the $60 games that we get, like Nabish and I got that hot hookup.
And I just, like, whatever, steal Alex's hookup.
Tony just gets me points for it.
Yeah.
Uh,
What do the points even do? Do they matter?
Shh, don't ask questions. They give me $5 gift cards.
All right, cool. I'm okay with that, to be honest. I don't care.
But
so
I guess we should be more. We should preface that we're in the Americas. By the way,
yeah,
so.
true. Games are fucked price wise in a lot of other countries,
Yeah.
like Canada and
Australia.
like Australia especially. They're what, $100 Australian?
Yeah, it's bonkers.
And like they're 40 or 50 pounds in England, which is way more than $60 here. I was talking to someone I met at Kind of Funny, or in the Kind of Funny community, I should say, Tom Hawkins, who's from England. And he's like, it's weird, being here, everything's so cheap. I'm like, what do you mean by that? It's like, in England, just everything is more expensive. Like, everything. Food, gas, games, hardware, everything. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. So, like, yeah. We do speak from a place of slight privilege. So,
Check your privilege.
Check that privilege.
checking this privilege.
I mean,
right?
I put a check on it.
Put a check mark on
It's
that.
a check for
privilege.
$60, and I bought a game with it. Get wrecked, other countries.
Oh my god. Well, that's it. I hope that discussion appeased you, Silver PR. We've come to the end
Except
of the show.
Silver PR. Get wrecked, other countries, but not Silver PR.
Well, he's in Puerto Rico, which is technically North America, so, or United States, so don't worry about it.
Do they have Best Buys in Puerto Rico?
Hopefully,
It is the Best Buy.
we should ask him. Silver PR, do you have Best Buy? Let me know. Call in and let us know.
We only have mediocre buy.
God. There it is. I'm calling it. You can leave us a voicemail just like Silver PR did at 404-590-1337. Standard long distance fees do apply. Or you can send us an email, mailsack@irrationalpassions.com is the email address. You can follow each of us on Twitter. I'm at alfighter27. Scott is at whattechuz. Tony's at Tony Horvath. Nabishin's at Nabishin186. And Branch, you're at the Branch. Just
I'm Branch.
Branch. B Ranj. R-A-N-J. B Ranj. All one word. Some other stuff. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Helps us out a lot. Follow the site on Twitter at IrrationalPod. Go to VGEvo.com. Check out the awesome podcast network that is there and we are a part of. Like our boys over at Indus. Shout outs to them earlier. I saw Chris. Love you, Chris. You look great. We're streaming...
Fuck that Jason guy, right?
yeah, fuck Jason, though. He's a tall motherfucker. No, I'm working on the extra life stuff still, so that's holding back on streaming. Although I don't have class anymore, my schedule of like, hey, Wednesday, Friday is probably gonna be best for me. That might change because I don't have class on Mondays anymore, so we'll see what happens. Go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/irrationalpassions. I'm currently playing Sly 2, and Brandt and I got some holiday joy to bring to you.
Alex and I are recording pretty soon that hot Let's Play.
Yeah, Tony and I are gonna
It's
play.
coming up, man. We said next year, but that's coming.
2016. Tony and I are gonna fucking ruin you with all the fun that we're gonna have. I put in air quotes. I'm not looking forward to this, Tony.
I think we'll have a good time.
I hope so. And of course, if you listen to the show, you like the show, you enjoy it, please tell your friends about it. We would really appreciate it. And word of mouth is the best way to spread the love. Brandt,
Yes.
you're on the internet.
Sure.
Do you have anything you want to throw out there for people to check out?
No, but I might. If I get that new job, the next time I'm on Irrational Passions, I'll have something big to plug. But until then, not really. Have a good, safe, wonderful holiday, everybody out there in Irrational Passions land.
Is Brandt joining the FBI like us?
Yeah, he's joining the FBI. Everything else, rationalpassions.com. Stay tuned for some pretty cool Game of the Year content.
Absolutely.
That you are going to be a part of, Brandt.
Sure.
And plenty of other awesome guests. I've got
Scott.
really...
Huh.
And Scott's going to be there.
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
That is a promise.
Navish will be there. Tony will be there. I'll be there. I've got some special guests lined up that I'm pretty excited about.
Cool stuff.
So stay tuned for those. Tony has placed in this document Netflix and chill.
I did?
Yes.
Yes, she did.
But we're at
But
2
I
hours
didn't
and
put it in there.
You did.
We're at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
We got to eat.
And Brandt and I have to eat food.
Oh, I have to eat food, too.
And Tony has to eat food. So I think we're gonna Netflix and chill another time.
Oh, yeah, later.
One Punch Man is great.
Oh,
One
yeah, I
Punch
agree.
Man
I
is
watched that this
great.
week, too, now, Sheen.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
It's great.
But only
Yep.
episode 1. I'm going to keep doing it.
I've only watched episode 2, so 1 and 2. So
You need to get up to episode 10. Like fuck.
Yeah, I'm up to date. That shit is like seriously the new truth.
yeah, it's
Like,
the
I
new
can't-
truth, right?
I can't believe how much I'm into it. It's so
yeah,
good.
right? I was super into it, like, before even starting watching it, and I did not disappoint.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. I'm glad this is something we can all love together.
All right, that was our quick Netflix and chill.
2015 Game of the Year, One Punch Man. We're done. Yeah. So thank you all so much for listening. I love you all.
What if they put out a fighting game that was just One Punch Man?
That'd be awesome.
That's called Mugen.
It'd be Dive Kick.
It's called Muso. It's the new truth. It'd be Dive Kick. Brandt, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a wonderful weekend having you in my home,
Mm.
and we will continue to get up to shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Nabishin, for holding down the fort while I was not here. You guys did a great job, and I love you guys. Thank you for podcasting with me.
Uh-huh.
All right, just going to let that one sit. Thank you, Danny Wiesner, for our opening music of Two Player Co-op and our closing music of The World is Saved.
Was
I've
he
been
at
your host.
PSX?
What?
Was he at PSX?
What?
Was he at PSX?
He wasn't.
Okay.
He's got a baby.
I couldn't hear you, that's all. So, he's got a baby. Yeah, he's got to take care of his baby. I'm your host, Alex O'Neill. Play your games. Stay rational. I'll talk to you all next week.
Choo, choo, choo.
What?
Titles.
You
Titles.
forgot.
Bomb-ass tacos.
I had
Picked
some
for my
of those
friends.
Oh my god.
Mexican pancakes. Greg is... Oh, my God. There's so many titles. Greg is my favorite.
Brent
Men in
was
Black.
on. What do you think?
Men in Black with Navashine.
It's true, Brandt was on, so we have to have a lot of titles.
Saving Room from Jesus.
We're still going.
4.
Oh, no, I understand. I just had to put my phone in charge.
PlayStation VR Donkey Kong. 1. We all know Alex likes strap-ons.
Yes.
Fact.
Apache. Jump on it.
Jump on.
Blowing dicks off of plants. Pants, actually.
Although that also would be a great title.
Plants.
It'd be
The
Plants
Ghost of
vs. Zombies.
Metroidvania Future. Hitman Can't Dance. Signed ND at. I Need Yoshi. fuck Jiggle Bells.
Jingle.
Jingle.
My bad. That's my bad.
That's good.
This
That's
is
so good.
not Batman Reen. Man the Plugs. Joy to the Amiibo World.
That's good.
And Mediocre Buy.
What a great fucking list.
Yeah, I was gonna say substandard purchase, but I actually like mediocre buy a lot.
Substandard purchase. It's pretty good though.
Welcome to substandard purchase. We're gonna charge you an unfair price and fuck your fucking mother.
You want a USB cable? That'll be $35, please.
This is a substandard purchase. Just read the sign.
Hey, read the sign,
You
motherfucker.
could have gone to Best Buy, but this is closer. This is truly you get what you pay for.
Yeah, you get fucked.
Saving room for Jesus. That was my favorite part, but I don't know if it's a good, particularly good title.
Also,
I am.
fuck you, Knob Machine. It takes a lot of time to make those goddamn cover images for these podcasts, and I don't have a lot of time.
I'm being funny.
And I put a lot of effort.
I like the Lady of the Tramp one.
I put a lot of effort into the Lady of the Tramp one. And I thought it was really funny.
It was great. See?
I could not put Scott and Tony's face on those fucking dogs, though. I
Why
tried
not?
for like
It
20
would have been
minutes.
so funny.
And it's like, give me a good picture of Scott. Oh, it doesn't exist? Great.
I mean, you could
thanks.
always just have put his forehead there.
It's true.
Just replace one of their foreheads with mine.
That would have been good. You should just put your forehead over ladies' eyes because they look fucking crazy. They're all good. Can we just do all of them?
Nope.
I'm
I
between.
think we've done that before.
Joy to the Amiibo World because Christmas and
Joy
then
to, can
mediocre
we change
buy.
it to Joy to the Amiibo Festival?
Oh my god.
No, Lord.
That's
We have enough
appropriate.
amiibo tiles.
We only have, what, 3? What was the other one, Scott?
Mediocre buy.
Oh, mediocre buy.
What about Nuckfo Mommy?
What? Oh.
Fuck
Got it.
Konami. Jesus.
Got it. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Anyway. Now, what do you like?
I like mediocre buy.
Brandt,
I have no problem with mediocre buy.
Tony.
I mean, I said it, so like, how could I be wrong?
Okay.
Spelunky's the best game over Fez.
Fucking Fez forever.
Fuck you.
Oh Lord, I feel like we're gonna be here. For
Can't be
3
wrong
hours.
though.
Mediocre buy. It's it. Brandt, do you want to say the this is the Rational Passion Podcast episode 257?
257, sure.
I got the rest of the title.
This is Irrational Passions Podcast, episode 257.
Mediocre buy.
For all your substandard purchasing needs.
I could do a Photoshop on this.
You wanna plop this one together?
Yeah, sure.
Make the font the Best Buy font.
Oh, you have no idea what's gonna happen.
Okay.
They're
All
gonna
right,
be
we can
layers.
stop recording, right?
You can stop recording.
Stop
Alright.
recording.
To our video viewers,